Hello, neighbors. Welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm Squealer D, and I am back again. And this time, neighbors, we are back with another Amy Maryon edit. We are going to look at an entire week of her life, pick apart the inconsistencies, and show you why she's been losing so many views. Also, if you watch until the end, we're gonna announce the winner for our $25 Starbucks gift card. So watch until the end. It could be you. All right, guys, let's get started. Amy, what are you up to today?
It is Monday. Happy Monday morning to you. You hear those birds outside? I was just sitting here and I'm like, wow, there's like birds outside next door.
Wow, there's birds outside. Amy, however could you find a house with birds outside? So, my friends, this is Monday for Amy, she says. We never know if Amy is being honest or making things up. This was posted on October 9th, but it was after her last shopping trip, so I believe that it is October 7th, which puts this video 7 days out like she always says. Let's keep going and see if that's how her week continues.
This weekend I was sitting out here and I was sitting on these chairs right here and the kids were swimming. Greg had picked up Brooklyn and it was like I was in my leggings and I was like, it was actually a little bit chilly. It was a good weekend. We did our apple cider slushies in the slushie machine.
So she did her apple cider slushies this weekend in the slushie machine. Remember that point because I think that Amy just makes things up sometimes.
Everybody loved that. They're like, that is the best tasting stuff ever. And then we ended up eating the pizzas this weekend and we ended up having, what else did we have this weekend? The chicken. We just ate off that chicken like that.
And the chicken she's talking about is from that shopping trip that I showed you that she placed out of order. The one that was actually done on Friday, September 29th. So several days before this day. And before we get any further, let me just stop you. What is that sound exactly, Amy? Is it that your pump is broken? Is it your camera? It's so loud, it makes when you are outside miserable watching you. If you put on headphones, it will blare your eardrums out of your ears. Fix your camera, or maybe turn your pump off when you go outside and talk because it is too loud.
It was like many times I'm like, this is the best chicken. I have to remember to get that more because I really like that. And then I did Dorito casserole, the Dorito chip casserole.
She has to remember to get the rotisserie chickens because Americans haven't been buying 106 million rotisserie chickens a year for almost 30 years from Costco, Amy. Come on, get with the times. You're a cooking mama, aren't you?
I'll insert it right here. Now this was good. It was literally just...
She cut these up with the scissors that she just threw in the sink. Her nasty kitchen shears. Yum.
Throw it all together. And
that sure is quite the belly you're growing there, Amy.
Okay, so the thing I noticed that is when it came right out of the oven, I didn't even film.
Everything she makes is processed food that she just dumps. Cans, dump. Rotisserie chicken, dump. Everything is just a dump. She treats her body like a dump. Her kid's body like a dump. And that is why Jensen's always got bubble guts.
When it came out of the oven, that's how much I remembered. But that's okay. But it tasted really like it was good because it was crispy right when it came out. And then if it sat for a little bit and then we ate it later, heated it up later, it was a little more soggier. So it wasn't like as good, but it was okay.
Everybody hated your casserole because you chopped up the chips like you always do and you mixed together a bunch of stuff out of cans and didn't add any seasoning, any flavor. If you think that adding cream like sour cream, cream cheese, any cream is flavor, Amy, it's not. It's just like milk. It doesn't have a flavor. You still need to season things, please.
Okay, but not bad. Not a bad meal. So some were like, I like the Doritos. Some were like...
And then another question. You use all this lactose-free stuff for Jensen because it'll give him bubble guts. But what about the milk in the Dorito chips? You eat these all the time. This has enough whey in it that it should tear his stomach up. It probably does. But Amy doesn't care about processed foods having milk. She just thinks if she doesn't cook with the milk, everything's fine. It's no wonder that he doesn't feel good very often.
I like this, so I'm like, it's okay, we'll try. I would like to have a beef one too. We use a ground beef, so I will try that one too. But not bad on the Dorito casserole. So
The kids didn't like it, so she'll try a beef casserole too. Makes sense.
today I'll have to make some food as well. I've got more of those rotisserie chickens, so I'm going to probably pull the chicken off of that and make something with that.
Keep in mind, she bought those rotisserie chickens on the 29th. If this is the 2nd, they have just been sitting around for at least 3 to 4 days already. Those things are not good anymore, Amy.
I do have something exciting to announce. I am starting another YouTube channel. What? I know. Anyways, so what I started a channel doing is I saw people getting God's Word and read it every day. Oh, what I am going to do is have a channel that starts today, and it's going to be, we're going to read one chapter every day. So,
Wow, smart, Amy. Your channel sucks, so you're going to double down on the worst part. You get the least views on your Bible study, but you're going to double down and do Bible study every day when you could do freezer meals or actually decorate your house, do things around your house that could get you way more views. It makes sense. You have no grasp of the Bible, Amy. Your Saturday sermons are always incoherent. They're ridiculous interpretations of the Bible. There are countless YouTube channels that are wonderful. They read the Bible and they're insightful and they're helpful, and anyone looking for spirituality should go that way. They should not go listen to you ramble about the Bible that you don't understand. And you should not be trying to make money that way. Amy, you pay your bills with YouTube and you're focusing on the worst part of your channel. How does that make sense?
look in the link in the description below and you subscribe to it. And today is the first video.
She's not even going to be getting into the Bible. She's not going to tear into the Bible. She's not going to investigate or study. She's just going to read little chunks in batches. Go look at her Bible channel right now. She has about 8 to 9 of them posted, and they all have the same dress on. Why? Because she recorded it all at once. This lady thinks she can record something all in one day and get rich. Not how it works, Amy.
So first video, we're going to read.
I am sure that God did not tell you to make a channel and record it all in one day to get rich.
Matthew chapter 1. And then tomorrow, you're going to get a Sam's Club haul. I originally had my Sam's Club video for today because I kind of stretched out my shopping, even though I did it all in one day, because I wanted to be able.
So she lied to you. She lied right to our faces. I kind of stretched out my shopping even though I did it all in one day. No, you didn't do it all in one day, Amy. You did part of it on Thursday, the 28th. I proved that in my last video with your own cell phone. You did the next part, the Sam's Club haul, on Friday, September 29th. I proved that with your very own cell phone in the video. You are lying and making up things so that you can stretch your content and only work a couple days out of the week. You're ridiculous, you're lying, and your viewers, they don't deserve that. They send you all kinds of free things, gift cards all the time. You have a $650,000 house, and you're lying to people about the days so you could work less. Your job's not easy enough. You have to lie also, Amy. I'm sure God told you to do that also, right?
Have a little bit extra time. It's because we had a really nice long weekend and just.
She has a long weekend every weekend. Neighbors, she doesn't work. She films a couple days a week, a bunch of different videos, and she posts them up like that's her everyday life, and she uses the moniker of being a daily vlogger so she can get more views. She's not a daily vlogger. She's not a mama of 10 babies in the house. She never has been. She's not a good cook. She's not a cooking mama. She's just a grifter and a liar and a fake Christian, because anybody wanting to be a Christian or wanting to find God would not find it with Amy Maryon.
Beautiful time. Sometimes I give myself some days off, and that's the way I can do it. So tomorrow, you're going to get Sam's.
You know how you could do it, Amy? Is not be a liar. You could not pretend that days are not what they are and lie to your followers. You could just say, hey guys, I'm going to take a day or two off. I hope you guys are all well. That's what you could do. You could be honest, like God tells us to be. You know who lies, Amy? The devil. That's who lies. Demons.
So don't be surprised if I'm making food today and you're like, where'd you get that food at, Amy? I didn't even see you go shopping. So good to know. So just clean this out and then I'll clean my...
Look at this sink, the minimal amount of suds. She doesn't wash her dishes with suds. She just puts a little bit on and that's it for the whole time she's washing. All of these dishes are still greasy.
Sink out real good and I'll be done. And then the dishwasher. So this will be it to our first...
There's no soap on this rag, on this sponge whatsoever. And she had knives just laying in the sink water so that she can get stabbed when she grabs them out. Who just puts knives in the water?
For a child to put these away, and that's fine to put away.
I guess the same person who throws knives up here and then says it's a child's job to put these away, not knowing that there's sharp items right here just to stab her up.
They will even wash them, but if I were to leave these until like...
With all these sharp knives, she should have just left them for the children. All she's doing is creating a danger for them. She's going to stack these danger dishes all the way up to the ceiling with knives and heavy dishes. And then when the kids come to put them away, they will stab themselves and drop heavy dishes all over. Good thinking, Amy. You're really using your noggin today.
After all my cleaning, like, it's pointless because like this is a step like that needs to be done. You know, if you're going to have your kids do chores, do the ones that you can do first so they don't interrupt your flow of life. Does that make sense? And then that way it's just a whole lot easier. And then when I'm washing dishes, I'm listening to...
She's washing dishes because her dishwasher doesn't work, right? Yeah. Be honest, Amy. It's called the truth. You can do it. Just give it a go.
Some sermon. So I always like to catch up on my sermons that are posted on Sunday and just to be encouraged, keep my mind in a good spot, because you know what? That devil will make you think intrusive thoughts all the time, doesn't he? It's like it tries to intrude in your head and make you think things that are not of God. Whenever there's an intrusive thought, like you have to go, who would send an intrusive thought? And it's like, definitely not God.
Amy loves to call anyone who disagrees with her the devil or a demon or a non-believer. But it's actually Satan that deals in deception and lies. He's the prince of lies, right, Amy? So what are intrusive thoughts, Amy? You wouldn't know because you follow your intrusive thoughts. You do. They're just thoughts that pop into your head. And rather than not say them or just think them or laugh about them, you follow yours. Yeah. When you decided to start a YouTube channel and exploit your kids, you did it. You just jumped in there and exploited them. No second thought to their future or things that could go wrong, right? You just exploited your kids. You dismissed that intrusive thought. What about when you decided to tell your audience lies? That was an intrusive thought, but you just went with it, right, Amy? Yeah. When you thought to uproot your kids multiple times from Michigan to North Carolina, from North Carolina to Florida, that was an intrusive thought, right? But you just did it. You jumped in the car and you moved them across country again with no family and no friends and no plan. You're just following Satan's intrusive thoughts, aren't you, Amy? But no, you have a problem with people not kissing your butt. If people are not kissing your butt or letting you lie, you hate it. You hate the truth being told because it makes you look like the liar and the bad person and the fake Christian that you are. You're not a real Christian. You do this to get free stuff. You do this to get jobs at the church. How did Jaden get a full-time job at the church at 18? Because you've been grifting those jobs for years, Amy. That's what you do. I watch a ton of YouTube. I love a good train wreck, Amy. You used to be a really good train wreck. But not even Amberlynn Reed or Chris Chan is as big of a liar as you. No, they're not. You have taken the cake of YouTube liars, Amy. You go off on how the truth and the devil, but the biggest liar on YouTube is definitely you.
So know your source that that's coming through and think on the good things. Those are always a good thing to listen to. So keep those thoughts good and pure and and positive and encouraging. It's like God says to think on things that are lovely, pure, and of good rapport. And so when
You know what? Things can be lovely, good, and of good rapport and still be a lie, Amy. It'd be lovely if I told you looked beautiful, right? But it would be a lie. It would be lovely if I told you were a great mom, but it would be a lie. We have to deal in the truth. That's what God wants us to deal in. You want us to deal in a lie, which is what the devil wants us to deal in. So keep shouting me out, big girl, and let's let all of your audience decide who really is here and because of God and who is really a demon, Amy, because I'm thinking it's you. I've never lied to your audience or mine. You lie every single day. Let's watch more lies.
those thoughts come in, go, is this something good? So I've been making sure, and today I don't have any intrusive thoughts, but it's good to keep that focus and keep it rolling in your head, because it can come. It comes in different times and unexpected. You're like, where is that coming from? So when you wonder, where is that coming from? It's not God. God's not that surpriser like that. So keep your focus on good, positive things.
God's not a surpriser like that. So God doesn't send surprises. I'm sure that flood, everybody knew about it, right, Amy? Here's Amy making these bananas are how we're going to tell for the next week that she's being honest. We always have to find something. She brought these bananas out. She bought these on the 29th. They're already rotten, and she's going to put them over here. So we have to watch these bananas to make sure she's not lying about the date. So she puts them over there, and they're there all week. She cleans up, puts all this weird stuff in Greg's supposed lunch bag.
I was just going to put my stuff away here, and I went to one of my viewers, Lisa. She sent me a beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful card, and some gift cards for my family. So thank you, Lisa. Very, very sweet, very touching.
So why would somebody with a $650,000 house need somebody else to send her gift cards? Why? I don't understand. For fast food. I don't get it. Why do you encourage it, Amy? It's ugly and it's poor. It's not even getting you anywhere, but fat and unhealthy. It's so gross. You gush over people giving you free stuff so that more people will give you more free stuff. Like, that's so pathetic, Amy. If you guys all have so much money to blow and you're such good Christians, why don't you give money to the Christians Relief Fund? Did you know that at least 13 Christians are murdered every single day just because of their faith? Yeah, that's right. That was before the war in Ukraine and Israel. I'm sure that it's a way higher number these days. But no, these people would rather send a gift card to Maddie and call her annoying because she's not on the video enough. And they're being good Christians doing that. And Amy's being a good Christian letting them. No, Amy, you have a $650,000 house. I'm sure your house is nicer than most of your viewers. But they should send you stuff, right? That's what needs to happen. You're pathetic. You should feel horrible going out to eat and getting your free meals. You don't even need that food. The food you buy for your house to make it's unhealthy too. When do your kids eat good food? It would be different if eating out was a treat, Amy. It's never a treat for you guys. You eat disgustingly processed food for every single meal.
Being very blessed by your words. Thank you for those. And then Miss Barbara sent us some things as well. And so you'll see it tomorrow.
So you're blessed because somebody got you gift cards so that Jensen can go out to eat and get bubble guts. Makes sense, Amy. That makes good sense.
This beautiful box. It was all like a gift box, and it had different fruits in it. Kids loved it. They already ate the fruit. It was apples and peaches, or not peaches, pears and oranges, and just different little things. And I had this little charcuterie mixed in it, and we've eaten most of it. So
yeah, Aunt Barb, Grandma Barb, Cousin Barb, whoever you are, they really need more nuts, right? This lady's got like 25 pounds of nuts that she ground up. We watched her do it. And you send her more nuts? This lady's a nut. She don't need more nuts.
I had some nuts here and these little pistachios. I didn't just put all of it out because we ate like the caramel corn, we ate a bunch of stuff. And then some of this stuff. Look at this. This is hot, spicy ramen soup. So I'm excited. I wonder if the noodles are in it.
She doesn't have filling in her fingers. She can't fill in this little skinny package that there are no dehydrated noodles. Like, it's clearly a big, gigantic seasoning pack. What kind of noodles would they be? Micro, little, tiny baby noodles? Just like you thought there was a cheetah in your front yard, right, Amy?
It doesn't feel like the noodles are in it. So I'm thinking that you'll be able to add it to like ramen noodles, which would be really awesome. And then did anybody else have this? Pickup sticks. Like, I loved pickup sticks. Maybe I was the weird child, but I remember.
Maybe I was the weird child. Amy, why do you always do that? You want to be different so bad. Yeah, pickup sticks made you really different. No, what made you different was that you still played pickup sticks when you were 15 years old. That made you the weird child.
I remember having pickup sticks and loving to play this game. So this is going to be really fun to do. And then she sent also, I think, a football and a volleyball for outside in the pool. So this is good. I'm happy with my kitchen. And I did get some more pans.
More crappy pans. How many sets of pans does this lady need? She just got a set that had no handles. She got a blue set right before she moved over here, about a year ago. In the last year, she's bought 3 sets of pans. Oh, that's right. She doesn't buy them. She gets them for free. Of course. She just accepts anything free, and then she grifts it onto you guys to make you buy it, so she'll get even more money. Good job, Amy. Way to make your money. Rip off your audience. Supposedly, you're all good Christians.
Really, really nice. Now, these ones don't have the detachable handles, but good pans.
Where in this kitchen would she store 3 or 4 sets of pans? Where would you store them?
It's like good ceramic coating pans, and I've been waiting to replace the ones Greg had some at the apartment, just cheapy Teflon ones,
If she did any research whatsoever, she would know that the good ceramic pans have the exact potentially harmful PFOA plastic coating as other non-stick pans. They have to coat the ceramic in something, and they coat it in the exact same thing.
Old house, we would always use the ones.
Don't believe me? Look it up.
Like the mountains, I use my microwave more because I had a small stove. They're just the ceramic coated ones. They're lighter. I have the caraway ones, which are they're heavier though. They're just heavier to lift. No big deal, but I know a lot of you said that just don't want to have to lift just harder on your wrist, which I guess. This is something else she got too, was Florida day trips. How awesome. I'm gonna make a Greg's lunch real quick right now.
So I see you left out the mayonnaise because that was an extra 400 calories on his sandwich, but she's going to make the exact same lunch. So take off the 400 for mayonnaise, and Grego is still eating over 1,500 calories for his lunch. Good job, Amy.
Together. It's kind of early, but then at least it'll be done.
What kind of grown man eats bologna sandwiches every single day for work? 2 bologna sandwiches every single day for work. And if this is for Jaden shouldn't even eat all this in one day. She should be eating about 1,500 to 1,600 calories in a day. That's it. This is too much for Jaden for one day.
So I can focus on other things today.
Yeah, it's a good-looking sandwich, Amy. You should be proud of yourself as a wife. Every man would be happy to take that and go work for 10 hours. Because then the bread will be all soggy by then. It'll be great. It's delicious. Make sure you give him about 400 or 500 calories of Doritos. He's a big, healthy, working man.
Be way in the afternoon, and dinner time comes around. I was like, what am I having for dinner? So today I'm going to start my dinner now. We have like 1.5 of our rotisserie chicken left. I'm going to pull all the meat off because that's just such a fun.
She bought 3 rotisserie chickens, and she tried to tell us that this weekend they ate off the chicken. We saw that you made the casserole, Dorito casserole, out of half of one of the chickens or a whole chicken. You made, and then you ate off the chicken. So how do you still have 1.5 left, Amy? Lies, lies, and more lies. You guys didn't eat that rotisserie chicken. You put some in the Doritos for the video, and then you're going to put it in other things for videos. You guys did not eat off that chicken.
And get that in a bowl, and then I'm thinking tonight we'll do like Cobb salads.
See, you're going to use Cobb salad, the chicken for Cobb salad.
I guess a Cobb salad, that was called, with chicken, hard-boiled eggs, lettuce, and veggies. I think you use bacon bits too. Or they can do it in a wrap. We never had that. We were supposed to have that last week. So I'm thinking.
And they have she bought 1 million tortillas on the 28th or 29th. Like 2 big gigantic packs, plus they still had some. They must have had over 100 tortillas.
Easy, like dinner like this, just a lighter dinner. And then the rest of the chicken I'll freeze because I do have recipes for it. So I've got my eggs right here. I'm going to use my new pans because I haven't got to use them yet.
She's going to use too little of a pan.
I use the other one so I know I like them. And then put these on the stove and let these come to a boil. And then I'm just going to take the time and rip all this chicken off. Not my favorite thing, but it's better to do it when it's warm. You know, I didn't want to when I went shopping. It was the last thing I wanted to do. And the kids, they just ate off this all weekend. It was delicious.
How could they eat off of it all weekend? You already made one recipe with it, and I don't believe you, Amy.
Delicious, like so good. I have the pool, so we take a...
Yeah, come on in. It's the shower video. Amy, this is ridiculous. If you're going to do this, why don't you just get yourself an OnlyFans and actually make some money? If this is how you present yourself on the internet forever for your kids to have and see, for their future spouses to see, what makes you think that your young girls aren't just going to open up OnlyFans and make it easy on themselves and do that kind of work? You do it. You are selling yourself and your children for money on the internet. So why shouldn't your daughters? Better than going and getting married and having kids and getting exploited by their husband.
Break for swimming and coffee. So I'm going to go outside, swim for a little bit, and come back in and work on school. The pool was nice. It was good to get out, sunshine. And we didn't have much sun this weekend. It was kind of cloudy, so like...
Sometimes I think that was just a video she popped in there.
Seeing that sun, I'm like, oh, so nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a break. We didn't even get any chores done. Dishes are still there. That's okay. That's the beauty of homeschooling. You get to do the freedom to do whatever you'd like. If you want to work, you can work. If you want to do your school, you do your school. But for us, what we're going to do...
That's why laws need to change and states need to hold people that homeschool accountable, because you're right. You can do whatever you want and nobody checks on you. You just raise up 10 kids that never amount to anything. You have one child that your mother raised who actually got a degree and is a teacher or some type of teaching. But everybody else, Amy, is exactly what you raised them to be. Nothing. Just like their mother. Just like their father. Congratulations. You're doing the world a big favor.
We're going to go to a local place. One of my books that my friend gave me.
She's not your friend. She's Grandma Barb from your YouTube channel. Are you suffering from parasocial relationships with your audience, Amy? These are not your friends. These are viewers that you lie to on a daily basis. They are not your friends.
About the state of Florida, and where they do go through the states, and one was in Florida, so she sent it to me, and one of it, the place to go to, was called the Gamble Plantation. And so I'm like, that's so weird, because it's literally in our town.
Of course, Amy wants to take her children, to the only plantation that's left in the South. Of course she wants to take her kids there. But I bet you she doesn't know anything about it, and she can't teach them a lick about it, and she's just going to be a disrespectful turd about the whole thing. Let's see.
And it's like the smallest little thing. So we've always wanted to go. We haven't gone. And I'm like, why don't we get out and do that today? So we're actually going to head there. Kids are finishing up what they're going to do. We're going to go head there and go see that. It says it's about an hour. I'll bring you along. I don't know. We'll see what kind of history it is. Em's birthday is tomorrow, and so she has got all her foods picked out, but she never got a treat yet that she wanted. We looked at Sam's, and she didn't really like anything, so I said, why don't we stop at Publix and see what they have, because I don't know. We'll see what they got. So we're going to do that. I probably have to run to the library, but I might not. I might wait and see. Maybe library, and then, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe another day. And then we'll come back. Then we'll do the rest of our chores, and then we'll do swimming again, because it's hot after chores.
She means they'll do swimming. She means they'll bop into the pool to take their baths, because they'll be hot and sweaty, and that's how they bathe.
I'll be outside, get some stuff done, and then we'll do school. And we can do that. That's the beauty of homeschooling. You get the flexibility.
And then if they decide they don't want to do homeschool, she just says, it's okay, guys. You guys are smart enough
To work and do stuff.
Why not? Jaden is smart enough to have a full-time job. Brooklyn is 16, and she's smart enough to have 2 full-time jobs. They don't work. They'll never have secondary schooling. They're just out in the world. Amy's education, it'll get you right.
Based on your life. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to get myself together here, get my coffee.
I mean, doesn't every 16-year-old girl just want to grow up and go work at some outlet mall or a retail store? That's their goal, right? Is to work at that type of store for the rest of their lives. Maybe she'll become a manager.
And saving, and then we'll head out. I'll bring you along.
So I left this in Because, Amy, stop whatever you're doing in life and buy your children some shorts. If you go back to every single video that your children are part of, these shorts make an appearance. They either make an appearance on Autumn, on Brooklyn, or on little Maddie here. These shorts. And guess what? They just keep getting shorter. It's disgusting. Get your kids some new clothes. You say you guys went shopping, but we didn't see anything you bought. And when they go out, guess what they're always wearing? These shorts. It's sick. Did you leave this in here for a sicko? I know that you left in Brooklyn's booty, and then all the sickos on the bakery were screenshotting her booty. So you had better be more protective of Brooklyn, because I would be very surprised if those weirdos stalkers on the bakery aren't doing more than just getting screenshots of her booty. Come on, Amy. Be a mom, please. I know you don't care about your children. I know you feed them like trash. But just a little bit of protection, please. You don't know what those weirdo ladies at the bakery are willing to do. Some of them have even said they live near you, Amy, and you know it.
This is the ruins from something.
It's the ruins from something. It's a plantation, lady. You know, with slaves and slavery. I bet she's not going to tell them, don't tell your children about the slaves that built it, or the 200 slaves that worked here on the sugar plantation. Or is that against your governor's wishes to tell them all of that?
Bamboo. We haven't seen bamboo. All right, then here's a building.
She got more excited about bamboo than teaching her children about the plantation and the slaves that worked this plantation. But they got bamboo! Yay! It's bamboo!
Okay, so here's this one. It's just all closed in. I don't know. I guess you would, we'll have to read a little bit more about it and then walk around. Usually I thought they'd have signs on everything, but they don't. So now that we know, we'll go home and we'll kind of read a little bit.
You wish that they would have put signs all over, Amy? It's a plantation. It's called plantation. That was in the title of the name. You drove over here. You couldn't done one simple Google search to see what this place was, read about it, and tell the kids? You couldn't have one of the kids look it up on the ride over and read it out loud for you guys? You are the bare minimum queen, and it shows in every single thing you do. And one day, it's going to show shining bright on your children's face. And you know who they're going to have to blame? You.
It's kind of disappointing. Getting all the chores done. So we've been outside getting stuff done. I got some towels. Everybody's out. Jen's cutting grass.
I'll tell you why she didn't Google it. Because she thinks it's funny to be insensitive to people's cultures. She thinks it's funny to show how entitled she is. Yeah, Amy, everybody's laughing. Ha ha ha, how disappointing that they didn't have everything written out for Amy and her uneducated, can't read kids.
Maddie's out washing windows, and Autumn's doing dishes. Brooklyn's cleaning bath, and Steven's getting trash right now.
And then when they're all done, they could jump in the pool and wash off for their bath tonight.
For me, so I'm just going to fold this so they can put them away. Okay, when your kids are doing jobs they don't normally do, sometimes you got to be there to kind of help them do things. So Jensen's doing good. He's cutting the grass and doing it.
Why is Jensen cutting the grass? You're making lunches for Greg and Jensen's cutting the grass. You know that you pretended like Greg was there the last time he left you. Is Greg really there, Amy? We haven't seen him since the science experiment.
Great job. We are done with our chore part of the day. That's a good thing. So the kids are going to take a break and cool off in the pool because it's hot and sweaty. So they're going to go do that. I'm going to go pull some
Gotta clean off of that pool.
footage off my SD cards here and start editing for a little bit, and then probably about a half hour or so I'll come back down and I will get dinner out and do our little spread for our wraps or our salad, however.
She actually goes and edits in the middle of the day. Like, you could wait to edit when the kids are asleep. You'd have more time with your kids. You always say that everything's about your kids, but you don't spend time with your kids. Everything we see you doing with your kids is for the camera. And your camera is up and they can't speak to you. What kind of spending time is that?
I want to do it, and then that's going to be dinner tonight, and that's going to be the end of our Monday. So it's been a great day. I'm like feeling really good. I'm like, okay, we got a lot done for Monday.
She would rather go to the plantation that she knew nothing about and drive over there and be in the heat than stay in this house and make disgusting food. She tries to lie to her audience and say that food is her love language, but Amy doesn't have a love language because Amy doesn't love anybody, even herself.
And had to run out this morning and went to the historic place as well. So
It was a historic place. I don't know anything about it, and our kids didn't learn anything, but we went.
not bad for a good Monday. So I'll be back in a little bit with dinner. Okay, here is dinner. So I can have
A low effort dinner. Rotisserie chicken she didn't have to make. Lettuce that she cut up with a bread knife. Yay, Amy, you did a good dinner tonight.
tortilla, or they can have like a salad. So they're gonna do this. Here's the chicken. And I've got some bacon here. I put in the microwave for a few minutes so that it's not like fatty. Cheese.
Frozen cheese.
I grabbed out. I grabbed some Jensen, and then the little toppings here for
A handful of chips because the chips are for Greg. The kids get mushed up chips.
our salad, and then eggs they can chop up. I've got ranch, poppy seed, and dairy.
And she sits here and eats her food by herself, and the kids are over by the pool, and she's got bulls in the family. And she's going to read this to them while they're in the pool. Okay, Amy. Yeah, she really is gross when she chews. No wonder she takes that out all the time. Look at her face. Brr, how do I read this, kids? Brr. Amy, it's a child's book. Is it really this difficult? So she's yelling it out to the kids as they splash in the water because they could really hear her, right? I'm sure they can hear her. She's just belting it out for all the neighbors to hear the book.
Red weather.
She read while they stuck their head under the water. If you guys watch her video, I take the kids out, but she left the kids in. And in her video, you could see the kids going underwater, but she was listening. They were listening to her read while they were underwater. Okay, Amy. And whoever she uses for her face cream, she needs to send it back and tell them it doesn't work. Because if she uses it, it doesn't work.
We're swimming, and that worked out really good. And then we just sat at the table and just did some pages. Just a few pages get done. They know there's a few more they have to work on tonight, and they'll do that like in their rooms tonight. So
yeah, they're going to go up to their room tonight, and they're going to do homework pages.
that's it.
When they're in their room, they're screaming. We hear them all the time. They can't even get along when you're filming. You think they're going to go up to their room and do some schoolwork tonight. Okay, Amy.
Our day is complete. The sun is going down. Guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Wednesday. Happy.
Okay, so we skipped Tuesday because on Tuesday, Amy posted her shop with us to Sam's Club. But we know that that wasn't Tuesday. That was way back from September 29th. We already proved that in the previous video. So we skipped Tuesday. This is the real Tuesday. This was posted on October 11th, but it is really October 3rd, which is Autumn's real birthday. That's how I know the real date. It's Autumn's real birthday, October 3rd.
Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going.
She posted it on October 11th, which is 8 days. Tuesday's video was posted on October 10th, but it was filmed on September 29th. So it was 11 days old. So Amy, so far you've had a 7-day-old video, an 11-day-old video, and now an 8-day-old video. But you tell us that you only film a week behind for your own safety. No, Amy, the reality is you film whenever you can so that you don't have to film every day, but you pretend that you're a daily vlogger. When are you going to be honest and say, hey guys, I'm not a daily vlogger, I just film when I can?
Well, my morning is
God wants you to say that. He does.
It's nice. I love the heat. Love the heat. Absolutely love the heat. It's a little hot. It's definitely.
So I just said you're a liar, and you lied in the exact one sentence, and it was a lie. I love the heat. I love the heat. I love it, but it's so hot. Amy, that doesn't even make sense. So either you have a low IQ and you couldn't figure out how to say, it's really hot, guys, but I still love it, or you are a lying, not very high IQ person. It's really hot. It's really hot. I love it. No, Amy. Figure yourself out.
A little hot. It doesn't make it as enjoyable to go out and do as much.
She loves the heat, but it's so hot it doesn't make it enjoyable. Enjoyable is like, Amy, if something isn't enjoyable to you, that means you don't like it. Teach that to your kids also. That's a lesson they need to learn.
Things out except go to the beach, which, hey, I'll do that all day long.
She says she'll go to the beach all day long, but she's only been to the beach twice since she's lived here.
Or swim, but to get out and walk, it's like, wow, when it's a little bit cooler. Yeah, it's nice with that sunshine. It just makes it perfect outside. So Autumn's birthday,
she wants to get out and walk, but how often, since Greg went missing the first time, in the last year have we seen Amy walk? Once?
She's 15 years old today, so that's exciting. So you probably won't be seeing much of her on camera today because when you turn 15, you know the danger.
Amy just keeps getting redder and redder. She's like the lady Magda from There's Something About Mary, how she's just turning into like a piece of tanned leather.
Of the social media world. You know what happens on there, so you probably will choose not to put your face on there. So she probably won't see her. Maybe we'll just do like a part of her hands or something. I don't know.
Once you turn 14 or 15, Amy doesn't put you on the internet anymore because of all the dangers. Okay, Amy, bet we won't see Autumn, right?
No, because I understand that. I respect that.
You respect your kids, Amy. That's why Ashlyn's wedding video is up. That's why all of your kids' videos are still up. You haven't taken anything down because you respect them not wanting to be on the channel, right?
Usually for my kids, Colin was there, Lauren was there, and those were the ones that were mostly, of age, where it was fun. It was fun to share. It was fun to talk. It was fun to get feedback from people in a positive way. And then we realized that it was more of a demanding, and like that was what is owed to people, was their life and what's going on and everybody telling everything.
No, Amy, nobody demanded anything until you asked for free stuff. You asked for things for that baby. You asked for things for Lauren's wedding, and then you gave your viewers nothing. You didn't show them the baby. You barely told them what that baby's name was. How dare you guys grift all that free stuff from your audience and then drop them like hotcakes the moment that they got it? They got all kinds of stuff. An online baby shower, Amy, you should be ashamed of yourself. God told you to do that, right? God told you to grift and take advantage of your viewers and get all that free stuff for baby Samuel and then never, ever even give us an update on how he is. That boy could have died by now and your audience wouldn't know. But they were sure good enough to give you free stuff for him, weren't they? They were sure good enough to do a wedding presents for your daughter, weren't they? Nobody expected anything, Amy. You asked them for free stuff, and of course they expected an update. You're a weirdo. Don't you dare call your audience a weirdo. You're a weirdo.
And I was like, whoa, that turned real quick. And
you turned quick. You wanted free stuff, and you didn't want to do what came with getting free stuff.
Most of you are awesome and so encouraging. My goodness, we were so blessed for a lot of you just being so kind for my older ones through their lives there. And then
you guys were so kind. You gave Lauren so much free stuff. Yeah, and now look, we don't even know where Lauren's at. We don't even know if Lauren is okay. We never will. And it's all your fault. You asked us to get involved. You asked us to care. And then you wouldn't even give us an update. And then you blamed your audience and said that we were weird, that we were too pushy. That, we were the bad apples. No, Amy, you and your daughter who lied to us, you are the bad apples. You're users, abusers, manipulators, and grifters. I hope you got a whole bunch of stuff for that kid because your followers would have been willing to keep giving Lauren stuff for the kids their whole life. Why not? You exploited your kids. Why not exploit your grandkids? Oh, maybe Lauren's family, her husband's family, put their foot down.
Unfortunately, you get that bad in there, and then so those, what is it, the one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. That happens, and you share everything. I don't share with you my bra size, my pant size. Those are all personal things.
You do share your pant size. You're a liar. There's a video where you tell us your dress size, your pant size. Why are you lying? You don't even know what you post anymore because you're so ignorant and you lie so much. You sure did tell us your pant size. And if somebody were to give you free bras, you'd tell them your bra size. You don't tell us things that your kids said no about. But you sure kept all their wedding and everything else up that you could get money off of. Stop your lies.
So just like I'm not going to share in-depth things about my kids because those are personal.
She won't share in-depth stuff, but she'll tell us all about how Jensen might have an accident in his pants. She'll tell us all about how Autumn's name is Autumn Rose Maryon, and she's 15 years old, so we know her birthday and her full government name. Yeah, okay, Amy.
Things, and I know that's so true, and it's unfortunately most people think that that's owed to them, and
No, Amy, they didn't think it was owed to them until you started begging them for free stuff. You did this to yourself.
it's just a different mindset, I guess. So my goal here is to encourage you every single day.
How can you encourage anybody when all you're doing is lying? Lying is not encouragement. People see you and they get turned away. That is not encouragement.
Share with you things, help you with a few things in life that have
And what are you helping people with? Killing their husband with mayonnaise?
helped me, and that's what my channel's about. And yes,
Poisoning your kids with processed foods?
we had kids, and yes, we had those things because that was like part of life. And then
She built this channel off the backs of being a big family of 10 children. Even though her 10 children never lived in her home, she exploited them and built this channel. If she wouldn't have made freezer meals for her big, gigantic family, this channel would not have blew up. She would have never went viral. She built this off of her children's backs, and now she's lying about it. She's saying it was her. If she was just a normal woman that looks the way she looks and acts the way she acts with no children, her channel would have never blew up. She can't cook. She can't speak. She can barely read. She doesn't understand the Bible. What would she have talked about? People fell in love with her family and her children because she showed it consistently. And then when her children realized what was happening because they were taken advantage of, they pulled out and Amy was left floundering. And now she wants to blame her audience for being weirdos. No, Amy, you are the weirdo. The only people that are weirdos are on the bakery and on your channel.
we realized, people, even though that was meant for good, people are turning that for bad. So we've chose
If somebody can turn your stuff for bad, Amy, you should have never made it.
to take them out. And I have some like
People can't turn God's words to bad. What would Jesus do? It's an actual saying for Christians, isn't it, Amy?
Maddie loves being on camera because she don't care. She's always like, I will just turn them around, Mom, and tell them I love them and that Jesus loves them.
I'm so disappointed for you to even say that to your audience, that Maddie said that. Maddie, bless your poor, ignorant little mind. Your mother is manipulating you. People don't hate you, Maddie. Nobody needs to be told that you love them or anything like that. You need to just stay off this channel because your mother is exposing you to weirdos who stalk children. It's not about love. It's not about God. You've been deceived. There are people on this platform that are watching your mother's channel to see you in precarious situations. They put pictures of it up on the internet on a website. Okay? Stop getting on your mother's channel. You are not going to get famous on YouTube unless you start your own channel. And that'll be when you're older so that people don't take advantage of you. Focus on you right now and getting healthy and getting happy and getting smart. Okay? Don't worry about the haters, Maddie. That's for your mother to worry about. That's why she should have never exploited you on this channel.
And I'm like, oh, the innocence and sweetness the Bible talks about.
The Bible doesn't talk about putting your kids on YouTube to exploit them for that sweetness and innocence, Amy. It sure doesn't. It never would.
The heart of a child, and I think of that with her because her heart just loves. It loves no matter what. And you have to be.
If you're a Christian, your heart should love no matter what also, Amy. Fake Christian, like I said.
You have to have called to do these things. You have to be, know why you're doing them. Otherwise, it's crushing. It's so crushing. I see it. I see it with a lot of people. I've watched YouTubers do channels and do great, very successful, huge, way bigger than I am. And the people coming after them just crushing. I'm like.
So who are you talking about, Amy? Ruby Frankie? Are you talking about that piece of garbage that abuses her kids? People came after her because she's an abuser. Who else are you talking about? The Doggerty Dozen? People came after her because she's an abuser, exploiting her children. People come after these YouTubers that are bigger than you because they're exploiting their children. They're abusing their children. Frankie had her children tied up. She was abusing them just like you are. Yeah, exploitation is abuse. You are abusing your children. Don't write this off and say, people are coming after them. No, Amy, they're abusers. People come after abusers. And I would hope in any situation that that is always the case.
That's so sad. My husband.
It's sad to Amy that Ruby Frankie got caught and kicked off her channel. It's sad that she can't exploit her children anymore to Amy. Wham, 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 wham.
When he's here, and sometimes he's on it a lot because my day is consumed with him a lot. It's not that he's on it at Greg and Amy's show. It's just that Greg and Amy are together.
Lots of people raise their children and their husbands around, and they're not with them 24/7. You are with your husband 24/7 because he left you for 9 months, and you want to spend time together now. Why don't you just tell your followers that? Why don't you be honest and tell the truth? Oh, because you don't know how to do that.
All the time. So if you want a video, I'm going to have to share what Greg and Amy are doing. But right now, Greg is not here very much. And so
Greg is gone.
I'm not sharing much of Greg. It just depends on the day.
If Greg was home, Amy would show Greg.
Day in the season.
She showed him, even though all of her followers hate him, she showed him. If Greg was home, she would show him. Greg is in rehab again, is my thought. I mean, that's just my opinion. Where do you go when you're addicted to things and you can't stand home life? You go to rehab.
Season in life. So stay home on her birthday and on your birthday and our.
Yeah, I bet Autumn, a 15-year-old girl, wants to stay home on her birthday. No, Amy, she wants to go and have fun with her friends, but she doesn't have friends because you moved her at 14 years old across the country away from all the people she knows to chase after Greg and his, whatever his problem is. Whatever his addiction is, he's your addiction, and you're chasing him down because you want to have this fake Christian family with daddy present. I don't know why you don't just let him leave and collect alimony and child support, and then you won't have to exploit your children.
Home, you don't do chores and you don't do school.
Her kids don't do chores and they never do school anyway. Ooh, that's a big present.
And then this weekend, we are going to go out. She wants to go out and go.
They're not going to go anywhere this weekend. They never go anywhere on the weekends, ever. And she says they do. But then on Monday, she always says, it was a nice, quiet weekend at home with the family.
Shopping, and she wants to go out and go somewhere fun to eat. So we're going to do that this weekend, which will be a nice weekend. But it's just at home. So she's picked out her favorite foods, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we're going to make them. And you know what she wanted to have? She wanted to have Jared's casseroles. And I made breakfast today is mini pancakes. So she comes down, Autumn comes down and makes her little pancakes, but she makes these little tiny coin ones. For myself, I go, oh my goodness, that's so much work.
Yeah, Amy never does anything that involves work. She probably won't even do this correctly.
Lunch, she wanted the taquitos and bagel pizzas.
Taquitos. She loves to make fun of different people's culture.
And pizza rolls. That's what she wanted, so we're going to have those. And then dinner.
She could have did a simple Google search to see that it's taquitos instead of taquitos, taquitos. As long as she can make fun of somebody's culture or somebody's way of life, Amy is all for it. I bet God told her to do that too, right?
It's going to be Jared's casserole. And then I was like, what else can we have with this? So I got some good bread out of the freezer, the good seedy bread. And
oh my goodness. Autumn gets your good seedy bread that you bought for your sandwiches for her birthday. Yes! It's your lucky day, Autumn. Count those lucky stars, little girl.
I was looking at my dessert list. I'm going to do apple salad today. This is something I've been making since the kids were so little. Delicious. And then she's got her cute little rose cake and cupcakes. And we'll have those for dessert.
That, of course, Amy did not make. She's a cooking mama, but she's got all the ingredients, but she cannot make a cake for her child. She cannot make cupcakes for her child. You know why she cannot? Not because she's too lazy. I wasn't going to go there. It's because her children don't want her cakes. Shall we all go back and look at Jaden's cake from Jaden's birthday when she turned 18? Jaden got a lump of trash instead of a cake. She also got pizzas made without yeast. So we know Amy does not care. So Autumn must have said, can I buy a cake? Because I actually want it to taste good.
Today we'll probably do it during the day so that more people can do it. And then all day. It's so nice.
They have to do it during the day because, Jaden works full time and Brooklyn works full time. Mom never works, and Pops is probably getting ready to go to rehab.
This is so, it reminds me of the mountains. I mean, it reminds me of the mountains, except
She's sitting in Florida talking about it reminds her of the mountains.
I'm staring at a fence and
I think Amy's actually losing it.
open sky. No, just looking outside, and I saw our cider slushy machine, and I'm like, I have apple cider. I'm thinking to do apple cider slushies today.
So here's another lie. A lie in the flesh. Amy just said she's thinking about making apple cider slushies for Autumn's birthday. And she has about 1.5 gallons of apple cider left. Well, guess what, guys? She told us yesterday on Monday that she made apple cider slushies this weekend. How? How did she make apple cider slushies if she only bought 2 gallons of apple cider and she has 1.5 gallons left? The machine takes about 2 gallons to fill line in order to work properly. So did she make that up? Did they buy more apple cider and not show us? Or is she just lying because Amy is a liar? Or are these out of order so badly that she doesn't even know when she had apple cider?
As well. I'm thinking that'll be fun because I think we have 1.5 gallons left, so I can put that in there. That'll be something fun to have during the day because that's a treat. That's like a treat for your birthday. So I'm just thinking out loud. I had a pancake squeezer thing. It's upstairs though.
She lives in a 2-story house with the kitchen in the bottom floor. Why would a pancake anything be upstairs? Were the kids beating each other with it? Were they using it for something else? What would anything pancake be upstairs? So there's her 1.5 gallons. It barely filled to the fill line. So how did they make slushies over the weekend? They didn't.
Some more lighting in here.
I need more lighting in here. Yeah, Amy, all YouTubers have lighting. Not you.
I need better lighting. This is going to work. I wonder if you just put the sprinkles inside of the pancake mixture. Probably be a little better, but it's good. This will be tiny pancakes. They'll love them. It'll be a nice treat. Breakfast, whenever they get up and do their thing. Look at this.
Breakfast whenever they get up and they do their thing. So, yay, cold pancakes for my birthday breakfast. Autumn must be thrilled.
One of my viewers, her name is Iris, sent this to me.
Another grift. Yes, Iris sent her something for free. Iris, next time that you have something that you like, send it to somebody who needs it. Amy has tons of crock pots. She does not need another crock pot. You could send that money to children who need it. Check out our foster care systems. They need help.
Crock pot, the normal crock.
But don't worry, Amy will take it and she will pretend she loves it and she will throw her processed slop right into it.
But she said, I like this one because it's just a longer version. And I'm like, magnifique. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to put everything in here and mix it up.
Amy sounds like she has the ocean behind her. Don't worry, guys. It's just her sound machine and her horrible camera and the fact that she won't use a microphone. Yum, ragu. That has to be the worst canned Alfredo ever. But does Amy care? Heck no. Throw it in the pot. Courtesy of Iris.
Okay, so how awesome. Look at this. I love this. I love this.
Oh, another lunch for Greg. He's going to pretend go to work again, or is this for Jaden? No mayonnaise once again. Is Greg watching his girlish figure? Is he getting ready for our bicep challenge? It's getting closer, Greg. The same fake 2 sandwiches because every man wants to take 2 bologna sandwiches.
Brooklyn off at work, and then I've got some errands to do real quick in between. So the kids are here, Greg is here, so they're with them.
The kids are here, Greg is here. Why would you say that? Maybe Greg isn't there after all. The kids are old enough to stay home alone. You don't need to tell us that Greg's there babysitting them. Maybe Greg hasn't been home lately.
Having breakfast, doing their thing this morning, spending time together. So let's go do some running. real blue sky. And as we were driving, it looked smoggy outside, like literally smog. I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll show the sky. Weird. It looks like I've never even seen this at all in Florida. It looks like the whole sky is just smog, which is, I don't know. I don't think there's a fire or anything. So got what I need. Got my wood in here. Got my stuff in the back. So now I'm gonna go ahead. I typed in to go home, so I think it'll head me by a UPS. That's where I gotta go. We'll see. If not, that's okay. I can go back out when I pick her up and go then. Some drinks for birthday. For Greg and I as well. My piece of wood. Okay. These the Tuttle Twins.
She has a piece of wood to fix the beds that they bought cheap beds because they couldn't afford good beds for their kids. They got the cheapest ones off of Amazon that they could find, and now Greg keeps having to fix them. And the Tuttle twins. Her children are 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, and 18. And she has books for 8-year-olds. Amy, your children are not 8 years old anymore. It's time that you either allow somebody to teach them that is smart enough, or you increase your intelligence to make sure that they are being taught correctly. But you'll never do that.
These are written for younger, but wow, what a great thing to show awareness of like what's happening in our world. Good for like
You know it's for younger kids, but who cares? Your kids, aren't very smart? You don't care if they learn? What's the reason?
discussion. We'll read them and then we'll talk about like the different things. So just good.
There's many different items that you could read that is age appropriate that you could have good conversations with, Amy. If you ever furthered your own education, you would know that.
Good things to teach our kiddos about. Coffees will last. I'm like, okay, a few more minutes. Stay good, coffees. When they run to our
Yeah, let me do all my running and hope that the birthday coffees stay good. You are so selfish. Who cares if Autumn has a good coffee on her birthday? Why'd you even bother spending your money on the coffee?
I'm back home now, so now it's time to get
Back home now with a big belly that looks pregnant.
lunch in. So I'm gonna just put this on a cookie sheet. This is
What a great lunch. Just frozen items thrown in the oven in a rush. I bet you that the oven hasn't been preheated, so they're going to have to cook in there and just get harder than little rocks.
gonna go in the oven. We're gonna go swim for a little bit, so that's gonna be, instead of doing school right now, I wanna go swim because it's nice. And these are gonna be delicious for the kids for lunch. It's my kind of easy birthday lunch. That's a pretty
cake. Easy birthday lunch. Everything. Minimal. Do the easy. Do whatever it is. Easy. Who cares if it's your child's birthday, right? Why'd you have 10 kids if you didn't want to give them a special birthday? If you didn't care about each of your children, why'd you go ahead and have 10 of them?
cake right there.
Good day.
Happy birthday to you.
She doesn't want to be on Amy's vlogs yet. Here she is. In an old shirt. I'm sure she didn't want this old ratty shirt. It looks like she slept in it. I'm sure she didn't want to look like this on the video. We all know it's Autumn. When she gets older and she has a boyfriend, he's going to be able to look at this and know it's very rude when she said she doesn't want to be on here, but yet here she is.
Dear Ozzy.
Birthday.
And Greg was definitely there because he said, "Dear Posey," with his stupid voice.
Day to you.
Yeah, cute little cakes.
Cute little cake.
Cute.
That was Amy. This is her editing skills. This lady has been doing this for over 8 years, and she recorded the cake, and then Autumn blowing out the candles, and then the cake again with a brand new candle in it. No, Amy just doesn't know how to edit because she jumbles up all of her clips from different days of filming, and it's real hard to keep them straight, isn't it, Amy? You know how you could keep it straight? By being honest and not being a liar.
Her middle name is Rose, so I feel like Autumn Rose Maryon. Very cute. So
Autumn Rose Maryon, make sure you tell the whole world her full government name.
we'll do this, sing happy birthday.
Because you know you care so much about security and privacy and your children.
And then head on out. I brought a slushie. We used to have a lot of apple cider slushie, so I bought a slushie for Brooklyn, and I packed some of the lunch treats.
Yum. Brooklyn, working 2 different jobs full time, eating taquitos and mini bagels and pizza bites and a slushie made at home. Man, that's some healthy food for a hardworking gal. You're a great mom.
for her to eat because she's got to go to work the rest of the evening.
That's the kind of food you need when you got to go to work. All that greasy, oven-baked goodness.
I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee, too. On my weather, it said hazy, and I'm like, that's exactly what it is.
Hazy. I don't check any type of news. I don't know anything that's going on. I didn't know anything about the Canadian wildfires. Guys, this proves that this is about Autumn's actual birthday, 10/3. The wildfires were on the news on the 3rd and the 4th. So, yeah, but Amy couldn't check that, right?
It's hazy. I told Greg, I said, I haven't seen hazy in like a long time.
She hasn't seen hazy since there was fires when she was in North Carolina. And here she is pretending to be a teacher. Look at Amy. That's her teacher face. Oh, yes. She must be teaching math. She's writing it in the air. Her imaginary numbers.
I'm not going to show us eating the dinner. We are.
She's not going to show you eating the dinner. She just shows you how she pretends teaches. And don't worry, guys. It's just nasty Jared's casserole with not enough sauce. It's going to be a slop dinner tonight, kids.
Going to eat. We are going to. Here is Jared's casserole. See how the noodles absorbed it? Not mushy.
Not mushy, just disgustingly dry, clumpy. So here's the new day. This, she says, is Thursday, the day after Autumn's birthday, and she posted it on October 12th, but it's actually the 4th, which is a Wednesday.
So we're having a great day today. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning.
Is it really Thursday, Amy, or are you a liar?
To you. Did my hair last night.
There's those bananas in the background. They're getting a little bit more. Her hair is dyed, so you know. She has hair dye. So you know that this is after.
But the problem is, I put it on. I was like, oh my goodness. And I have the
Her mother was a hairdresser, and she got hair dye all over her face.
dye around my head. So this is real people right here. I'm okay.
Hair dye. That's real people. For you people out there that don't get hair dye on your face, you aren't real people.
Laugh at me, make fun of me. I'm okay with that. But I feel like it's more like real life person. I'm going to have to see the line of brown stain
The line of brown stain around her head. That's real life person.
around the edge of my hairline. It's okay. It happens. It happens to everybody. Well, maybe it doesn't, but it does to me. So I guess I've Googled and seen that people do the hairline, and they just avoid people. Scrub a little bit more after going to the pool, and then, another day of shampooing it, it'll go away. And so
Definitely the pool. Just take your shower in the pool like you always do. It'll rinse it right out. You're not even supposed to dye your hair and then go into pool water for what? I don't know, at least 2 days. I don't remember because I don't dye my hair, but I've read it before.
I'm not. So this is good. This is something they enjoy.
All those chemicals can't be good for your head. You put the dye chemicals on and then you jump into your pool that's full of chemicals. I don't know.
I mean, they loved it yesterday. Got eaten up real quick, so I knew it was going to be.
They loved him so much on her birthday, and they were so special for her birthday that Amy's going to make them the next day. Rotten baby pancakes. I guess they weren't very special for her birthday, were they?
Breakfast here, pancakes.
She always cooks them ahead of time, so the kids have to eat them cold. But notice, she gets herself a pan, or a little, well, as big as a pan. She gets herself a serving hot.
Syrup, delicious. They're like bite-sized pancakes.
Yeah, Amy, they're pancakes. We all know it. Little pancakes taste like big pancakes. Yay, Amy pancakes. Doughy. Yay.
So what I'm going to do is caramel apples. I'm going to bring a little fall to Florida because it doesn't feel very fall-like here, but we do enjoy good caramel apples. And so I Google and look up my recipe, and I'm like, wow, it was 11 months last year that I made these. And I'm like, wow, what a difference a year makes for life and things going on and where we're at. And we're in Florida, of all places. We would never have thought to move to Florida, so interesting. So I'm going to get my apples here. The only bad thing is these were not my good apple orchard ones, but they're from whoever sells them here. So I'm going to...
They're not from her apple orchard. They're from whoever sells them here. Yes, Amy, because in Florida, these apples, they come out of a lab. They grow them out of a pile of goop. They don't come off of a tree out of an apple orchard because when you're in Florida, you can only have lab-grown apples. And Autumn like the fall season, it doesn't exist in Florida. You're not allowed to have caramel apples in Florida. You didn't know all of this?
240. That took forever. Okay, let's go over here and we'll dip them.
It wouldn't have took forever if you didn't use nasty chemicals. Amy, you don't need corn syrup to make caramel. You can make caramel with sugar and butter. You do not need to add all that extra stuff you added. All you did was add extra calories. You end up making 15 of these apples. It's over almost 4,500 calories. That means that each of these apples are almost 300 calories each, 296 calories per apple. This is in addition to what your family eats. You do not need an extra 400 calories or more a day. Jaden sure doesn't need an extra 400 calories per day. And this is not the only snack that you have in your house. You just drank a coffee, which was another 400 to 600 calories. Don't you see what you're doing to yourself, to your children? This is what you feed yourself and your children. This is your nutritional intake. You're killing yourself, and you're definitely killing your children and your husband. This is okay as a treat, but for Amy, this is every day. She's going to make 4 other desserts. This is Amy destroying her brand new pots. And later, she will say, my kids use metal in here and it tears them up. I guess I do it too. No, it's you, Amy. You like to blame your kids, but it's you. It's all you. Scrape a little harder.
Perfect soup.
So for lunch today, they had, this is Thursday. Yesterday, remember, it was Autumn's birthday, so they had the mini pancakes, the pizza rolls, and Jared's casserole for dinner with apple slushies and cupcakes and her rose cake. Well, today, they had mini pancakes again for breakfast, tomato soup for lunch, and she's already made caramel apples. It seems to me that everybody's already over their calorie limits for the day, for the week. But there's still more. Keep watching. She makes so much more.
That's it. That's what I do. I mixed up because I had tomato paste. I got a big
Oh, yum. It's tomato paste instead of tomato soup. That is going to be great.
can of it. Those are cheap. The discount store, I got it stocked up because it was ridiculously cheap. So I just mixed
Who cares if it was good, guys? It was ridiculously cheap.
a little bit of water to make tomato paste, and that works. Now I have 2 containers of tomato paste to put in the freezer. I'm going to wipe up my
Yay, and your family can keep eating tomato paste for the rest of their lives.
mess, and then we'll see what else we do. So the soup is done. I'm going to wait for a little bit until it gets to be close to lunch and do our sandwiches, and we'll break and go take a morning swim with Greg to get some time out there.
Another morning swim. Seems like an employed guy that gets to swim every morning with his wife and eat 2 bologna sandwiches a day.
And then I'll just put these together and they can turn them on and make sandwiches.
And sing happy birthday to his daughter during the day.
This is the Aldi bread.
Look at all that margarine she puts on there. She calls it butter, but it's not butter. It's margarine.
It definitely has more holes in it, so it makes it more like drier as time goes on. That's why I like
The bread has holes, so it makes it more drier. She makes things up. And she's teaching a whole generation of people that watch her to be just as big of an idiot when it comes to cooking and hygiene as she is. Scary.
Sara Lee because you can freeze it and it does come out really good after a while. So this is good. This is regular.
She buys her food based on how many times you can freeze it, thaw it out, freeze it again, thaw it out, freeze it again. If you can't get at least a good 4 or 5 freezes for Amy, it's crap food.
I've got 2 dairy free when they're ready to make this. Put this back in the freezer.
Dairy free for Jensen. Don't forget, he's got problems, guys.
Taking my mess. Lunch will be good. Sandwiches and soup.
And this isn't new. She's been doing this since Jensen was a small, tiny boy, telling everybody about his disabilities. It's sick.
We've been out in the pool this whole afternoon because it is so nice.
Because that's what an employed father and his children and wife do. Hang out in the pool all day long together.
The water is gorgeous and beautiful, and it's been great. So we had lunch, and then we watched a little bit of TV together, and then we
Oh, don't forget, they went swimming and watched TV today.
did our school.
That sounds like Greg's real employed. Busy man. Busy, busy, big man.
And then I'm like, I need to get dinner made. So that's a homemade kind of day. Cook all day long at home. That's what we're going to do. So I only have to make a small batch today because I'm missing a lot of people for dinner tonight.
Another proof that it is Wednesday and not Thursday. Autumn goes to church on Wednesday nights. Every Wednesday, she is out of the house. We know this. Lately, Brooklyn's been going to the church. My idea is that Brooklyn's second job is at the church, and her sister, Jaden, helped her get that job because Jaden has a pretty big position at the church. Makes sense that she could get her sister on.
Which is quite all right. So we're going to make a mini-sized batch of hamburger gravy. So good.
A mini-size batch. She only puts about a half a pound when it's everybody there of hamburger meat. So how many particles of hamburger meat is she going to put in for a small size batch?
Can you imagine?
There are enough potatoes here to actually feed a family, a small family of 4. She wastes so much food and she doesn't care. She gets free stuff. What would she care about food and the cost of things?
Keep the 2 people. I think I would fail. I know I would fail every single time. Okay, is that good right there? I had to get my other tripod. It is just way too wobbly.
Oh, a broken tripod. Now we're still having these tripod issues. Imagine having continual tripod issues when your camera and your tripod is how you pay your mortgage. Mind-boggling.
I like it because the angle is good. I'm just going to have to go with this big one, but I just have to talk louder. And that's okay. Just make normal apples here. We have these.
Just talk louder. We'll be able to hear you. No, that is why the sound on this video and your video is such crap. Because you sound like you're recording underwater. Your camera is broken. Your tripod is broken. Amy, get yourself some new equipment. You bought a $650,000 house, but your camera is broken. Fix that.
Sitting out right here. This is delicious. We've been munching on this.
They had 15 of those apples. And there are 5, 6, 7, 8 left. So they each have had one. That means they've each had 400 calories. They shouldn't have any other sweets for the day. But alas, you know they will.
So good, by the way, that in a bowl. And we will eat that.
This one salad for her whole family.
That'll be okay with the hamburger gravy. Delicious home-cooked meal for today. So we'll go over here.
It's home cooked. She got salad out of a bag. And she's making mashed potatoes and country gravy. Not country gravy. Beef gravy minus the beef.
Here, let's get this meat cooked up. Okay, I'm on the phone.
So this is all the meat she has, guys. It's like 4 atoms of meat. Really, she has in here like a half a pound at most of meat. At most. I think it's a quarter pound.
But that's okay. We can do.
And she's on the phone. How disgustingly rude and ghetto is it to constantly be on the phone while you talk to your friends? Amy says her channel is like her family, like her friends, like, oh, she tells us she loves us and thank you for watching and my channel's here because you guys watch. And then she gets on the phone and doesn't even pay us attention. She doesn't pay her food attention. This is so rude. She barely pays any attention to when she cooks, and now she pays even less because she's on the phone. What are you doing on the phone all the time, Amy? It's getting ridiculous. There are other times you can either be on the phone or film if you really need to be on the phone. You could have pushed pause. You could have waited to cook your meat. You could have maybe not recorded this part. But no, it's okay. We'll just sit here quietly while you finish on the phone. I mean, you need to get your content and make your money, right? 2 things at once.
So potatoes are boiling. This is good. Let me shut that one off. Ooh, this right here is cooked.
She had a small explosion because she still doesn't know how to use her oven.
I'm going to add spices to it. This is how I'm going to do.
Amy, get rid of this oven. It's a piece of crap. Just sell it. I know how you love to sell things on Marketplace. Sell this. Get a regular sized oven for $200. You know how to use them. Shove it up in here. And then get yourself like a griddle to fit in the spot over here that's left open. Just like a flat top to put over here. Bam, you're done. And you don't have to worry about this piece of crap oven anymore.
Today. Minced onions. garlic parsley. And this, I believe, is pepper, salt,
She doesn't know. She's just putting whatever she wants in there.
and maybe garlic. It's the Kinder spice. It smells really good. It smells very peppery. And then beef bouillon.
Don't worry. That's the children screaming at the top of their lungs upstairs. One of them sounded like a scream of pain. I honestly think that Jensen, who has stomach issues, is always up there beating up on Steven, the little one. And I think that Amy doesn't care because she thinks boys are supposed to fight. No, Amy, that kid is always screaming. I don't think he's okay. Steven, you good?
This up, and we're going to add some water to it to make like a gravy. Come to a boil and just add the thickener to it.
With its quarter, that is like look at when she stirs it. It's just floating around. That is like a 1/4 pound of meat. And it looks like green vomit. This looks like cat spew.
I'll thicken right up. Easy. It's not to a boil yet, but I'm going to...
It's not to a boil yet, but she's going to pour it in anyway because Amy does never, one time in her life has she followed the rules or the recipes. She's a cooking mama and she does things her way.
I'm going to add it anyways. And wait for a call back. I'm going to run out and go look for my masher.
Yeah, because that's what we care about, Amy. You waiting for a call back that you won't tell us anything about because that's your business. Well, then why don't you keep your business to your gosh darn self? Because you want your followers to ask about it in the comments because it gives you engagement. And once again, you're using and abusing your viewers. Good job, Amy.
Aha, I did not. I did keep it. Sample your food. Always test your food. Let's see how it is.
Look at that floating on the top. It's just a floating layer of I don't know, water, oil. Who knows what's floating on the top when it comes to Amy?
It's extremely hot, so make sure you let it cool. That's delicious.
Good. She didn't show us eating it. I did not want to see her go.
Favorite is when you don't even film any of that. So I don't even know what I added in here or if it was even filming. So potatoes.
You can hear the kids yelling, Mom. They know she's recording, but yet they're yelling and they don't care because they're rude kids and she doesn't know how to parent them or make that stop. They're teenagers now. What are they going to do? Start beating you up, Amy? Is that the next step? When your kids don't listen to you, what happens? They get older and they start really taking advantage of you. Your kids are already loud. You say they're violent towards each other and now they don't listen to you? I'd be worried, Amy.
Here, I just smashed them a little bit. I don't think any of that worked. I added about a half a stick of butter and then I had about 1/3 of the lactate sour cream in here. And I added
You didn't need to add any of that. You could have just added in some of your fake margarine and some seasoning and called it done. You didn't need to add in all of the lactose-free milk and the lactose-free, dairy-free everything. Stop adding all that slop to your kid's food. He has a stomach issue. Make things that are simple. Less ingredients. That's what simple means.
splash of milk. So I'm just going to keep smashing it down to make mashed potatoes. You can use a mixer, like a hand mixer. I don't have it.
She doesn't have one, but if you want to send her one, her address is in the description box below.
Anymore. I could put in my big mixer, but I don't want to get all that out. So I will just
make sure that your kids scream a little bit louder in the next video so everybody that's wearing headphones can have their eardrums popped out of their heads.
Smash this down. Here, my kids are having fun. Add salt and pepper.
That's not having fun, Amy. People do not scream out in pain when they're having fun. Not in real world.
And we'll have nice creamy mashed potatoes. So fun time upstairs. So this is done. So all this over here is just going to sit. We're going to eat in a little bit. It's almost close to dinner. Potatoes, this, and the veggies. I've got my...
You cannot even hear her over her children in the background. It's crazy why she will not just get herself a microphone and clip it right here and record her voice so that when she edits, she can take out all of the sound around her. It's called denoise. She uses Premiere Pro. If she just denoised it, it would work, but it won't work because she uses the microphone on her shitty camera. get a new camera and get yourself a microphone. If you want to grift so hard, tell your followers to buy you a good camera and a microphone so we can actually have video that we can hear, Amy, instead of listening to your children scream and have fun in the background.
My salad out and my bread. We're going to have that for dinner. I will show you what it looks like plated up. Good day of some home cooking. I just sat down with eating dinner with the kids and I'm like, I totally forgot to show the food for today. It's okay. So I put a plate for Greg. Big old plate because he's a hard-working man.
A big old plate because he's a hard-working man. Look at the separation of the grease from the meat and the food. This is an actual plate of cat vomit. Just perch the cat right here on her shoulder and it'll puke over onto the plate. This is Maxine's vomit. This is something because this is not food. And there is maybe 8 grains of meat here. 8 little particles. Yeah, Greg has a lot of protein here. Good protein for a hard-working man. You mean he swam in the pool and watched TV with you. Yeah, this is about what he deserves for dinner.
And after all day long, this is it. So it's literally hamburger gravy.
That plate, that plate is so many calories. Just Google mashed potatoes, and she must have 3 cups of mashed potatoes here. Crazy. Greg, you're going to have a heart attack. I think that's what Amy's going for.
And some bread there, and then we had salad. I'll put that in a separate bowl for him so it doesn't get...
We're going to see Amy on the first 48, how she killed her husband with food.
Soggy, so this is a good thing for to eat. So what we're going to do now is go ahead in that pool.
It might be the most disgustingly heavy-looking plate of food I've ever seen in my life. Like, it looks so heavy. I would like to see her smash Greg in the face with that plate. Like, not break it, just, shove all those mashed potatoes just straight into his face.
It is clear and blue and beautiful, and we're going to go swim for a little bit and have a good, relaxing night. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Ritual, for sponsoring today's video. Hey guys, hope you're having a great...
Yeah, Ritual vitamins, because she looks like she takes vitamins, right? So here we are in her red dress that she loves to wear with her hair dyed, so we know that she's not tricking us on time, and we're out by the pool. Let's see how loud it is.
Great day today. Today is Friday.
You don't see the pool moving, so she turned it off, and I don't hear it. So she must have the filter turned off. And she says it's Friday, but I'm guessing that it's the next day, so it's Thursday, and she wants Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off for herself.
Gather your fragment Friday. It's the part of the week that I like to make all my food for the weekend because we have plans this weekend. We have plans to go out and do things and get out and enjoy being together as a family. And so a little bit of a dilemma here for me. I have to run my child to an eye appointment and then take them to work. And so I'm thinking
a child to work, Brooklyn, because Jaden drives, and her life actually revolves around taking Brooklyn to work now. Brooklyn's got 2 different places she has to go to work, and she goes to eye appointments. Brooklyn needs to get Brooklyn a bus pass.
I'm like looking at the clock going, I have to leave in about 1 hour here. So how much do I start on? Because
you have 6 children that live in your house, and you are spending an awful lot of time wasting driving Brooklyn around. You need to focus on all your children evenly and equally, and you cannot do that when you're spending hours in the car taking Brooklyn back and forth, back and forth. Brooklyn, get a bus pass and take care of yourself. You're a big girl now. You graduated. You're not in school anymore. And when your mother moves, she is going to leave you. You need to learn to take care of yourself. Either get your license or ride the bus.
Didn't really plan ahead. Monster Cookie's favorite.
She didn't plan ahead. Oh, Amy, do you ever plan ahead?
Favorite of the kids.
That is why, Brooklyn, you need to get a bus pass. You can't count on this woman. The moment something changes for her, like your dad leaves, you're effed anyway. Take care of yourself. She already graduated you. You might as well move back to North Carolina and work full-time over there so you could be around people who love you and who you love.
Favorite to do this recipe from the cookbook right here. You put it all in here. Having peanut butter, I had to laugh. I think I had 3 containers of peanut butter open. I'm like, oh my goodness, how much peanut butter does one person need? So
these monster cookies, the way that she makes these today, each monster cookie is over 350 calories. So she made caramel apples that were 400 calories each, cookies that are 350 calories each. Amy literally is trying to make her children obese. She is using all of this peanut butter up that was from the truck that came from North Carolina. So this peanut butter sat in a 120-degree U-Haul for 2 weeks. So badly that it destroyed the laundry detergent. Yet it's okay. It's good. It's great. It's delicious. Put it in the cookies, 350 calories each. Fatten those kids up nice. It's almost like Hansel and Gretel, and she's the big bad witch. And she's trying to fatten everybody up to eat them at the end. It's really startling. I hope it all plays out by Halloween because it'll make for a good Halloween special. The peanut butter looks wretched. I will say that is drippy. She doesn't care though. It's for the kids. So, look at all these treats.
What I'm going to do is do 2 batches of
Oatmeal is also from the hot truck.
I don't know.
So these cookies are called hot truck cookies.
That's a good way to use up an entire thing of peanut butter. Really nice having it, guys.
That's also a good way to add an extra like 900 calories to a dessert.
Big batch of this. It's always good to make more cookies.
Amy slams things around, not thinking about sound. All she'd have to do is put a little microphone right there and we wouldn't be able to hear her slamming things. But then that would, it would take a little bit of work. She would have to research a microphone. She would have to buy a microphone. No, Amy will wait until somebody sends her a free one and then she'll see if we like it.
Right?
That is how Amy solves problems on her channel. Nothing Amy makes is ever stirred well. There's no way this thing full like that stirred it well. And then she put it in a bowl where it barely went to the top. It went all the way up to the top. That was 2 different batches of that cookie. Can you imagine making all of those for your children? Whether you're going to freeze it or not, no child needs that many cookies that are going to be 350 calories each. And here she is making more peanut butter snacks because the caramel apples and the cookies, the monster cookies, those weren't enough. Oh no, stay tuned. There's so many more calories to come.
I can mix up puppy chow. That was something else I was going to make. 1 jar of peanut butter. We went through a lot of peanut butter for treats today. That's good because I needed to use up some of that peanut butter. We've had that peanut butter since the mountains. So time
Yum, old peanut butter.
to use it up. That's a lot of peanut butter. Okay, I think I'm just...
So her puppy chow, it said for 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and she's got at least like 2 cups of peanut butter here. Amy doesn't follow her own recipes. Why would anybody buy her recipe book? If you make it like the recipe, it's not going to be what Amy made.
to do that amount there. Then we'll stir it and see how it tastes. Wash my hand.
Here we go. Look at her washing her hand. She's washing her hand in the dirty peanut butter bowl. Now she's rinsing it with water. Now she dried it with a towel. Never once did her hands touch soap. She actually washed them off in this dirty, nasty, disgusting, frothy, peanut butter infected bowl. That is washing hands to Amy Maryon. What the actual F did I just see? I knew it was bad that she doesn't use soap. But this lady used old dirty water to get a good wash up. I know she takes baths in her pool. I know it.
So that is a treat that you can make for people that can't have gluten. They're peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, it's gluten-free. That means it's a good treat for people who can't have gluten. Well, thank you, Amy. Freak. That's the smartest thing you said all day.
Make sure it's good and natural, and then chocolate chips and gluten.
This lady said make sure it's good and natural. She is opening nothing but processed foods. Everything she's opened is a processed item. She talk about make sure it's good and natural.
Very chocolate chips and coconut oil. And that makes a really good mix.
If she only had a speaker some type of microphone right here to just take away all this sound. If only there was a solution. Please, Aunt Barb, Grandma Barb, Cousin Kathy, Iris, somebody send this lady a microphone so we can actually hear her talking.
Okay, I set it in my microwave and just stir it. I think the peanut butter is hot enough,
I think she used more peanut
You
butter.
don't have to. You can always.
This is like a 12 or a 10 cup measuring cup. And now it's got even more peanut butter in it. These things if you look at the recipe that was up on the screen, it said 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. This lady got at least 4 cups of peanut butter and some chocolate. And now she's putting vanilla because this is her secret ingredient. If you're a baker like Amy, vanilla, secret ingredient. Half the time, Amy doesn't even have vanilla.
Add vanilla to everything.
Look at this. Oh, a cup of peanut butter. She used at least like 4 cups of peanut butter and 4 of those cups of chocolate chips. And what's this? A whole pound of powdered sugar. This puppy chow, for what she used, she made over 10,648 calories. I added it up. Don't believe me? Look it up. But this right here, that means if they have 100 1-ounce servings, an ounce, guys, is less than a handful. When the kids come and get some of this, they're going to be eating 200 calories at a time every time they get some. So Amy just pretty much gave her kids 400 calories for the caramel apples, 375 for each cookie, and now every little small handful, another 200 calories for the puppy chow. And she has yet to make a homemade dinner this week. It's Friday. The closest it came was her ground beef hamburger mashed potatoes. And all she put for ground beef was a 1/4 pound. That's the closest her kids got to a homemade meal. A 1/4 pound of hamburger meat. Once again, she filled this bowl all the way to the tippity top so that she wouldn't get a good stir in. Maybe you need more sugar, Amy. She's really working it. She's got to make sure the kids get as much sugar as they can. Oh, yep, more sugar. She must have used like 2 pounds of that powdered sugar. Do you know how many calories powdered sugar is, Amy? It's sugar. It doesn't look like sugar. It's powdery like flour. But that's sugar.
Like, do you remember the first time you had puppy chow?
No. I don't remember the first time I had puppy chow.
Myself, I didn't grow up with.
You are an almost 50-year-old woman. You should not care as much as you do about puppy chow. You've made 2 other desserts plus had a birthday party with a cake this week. You do not need puppy chow. Your children literally live off of this trough type of junk food. They don't even eat real food. They don't eat protein. They don't eat meat.
My family they had a little bit more. We didn't have a lot of treats growing up. We did, but we did.
So is that why you feed your kids overly with treats, Amy? Because you didn't get treats, so you feed your kids too many treats? You should stop. You're going to kill them.
Not like all the time. Like, I remember getting Boo, what is this cereal? They have Frankenberry Boo cereal. And my dad and I went shopping. I was little enough that I could go in the shopping cart still, but old enough to know I shouldn't go in there, but I did. Do you know what I mean? Not that I should, just because I wanted to go in. And I remember my dad's like, is that the kind of cereal Mom gets? I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of cereal she gets. No, it wasn't the kind of cereal my mom gets. So we had plain cereal, like cornflakes.
So Amy's always been a dumb liar. Even when she was a little kid, her dad didn't know she was a dumb liar. Ooh-wee.
And Cheerios. And so I remember getting it and I had to feed it to the birds, but I remember outside eating that cereal. Of course, it was just all.
So her mom knew she was a scammer. When she got home, she said, Amy, you little wretched woman, get out there and feed that to the birds. And she did. And instead of feeding it to the birds, Amy stood out there and ate it. What a fat little lying turd. You know, Amy's mom, she seemed like an actual okay woman when they described her at her funeral. So I'm not making fun. But she sure had her hands full with old Uncle Jeffy and Amy's lying ass.
Sugar. So we didn't have a lot of that. And it's funny because then when I was first married,
They didn't have a lot of sugar when she was young, so she makes sure to make up for it now. And she's going to kill all of her kids and husband with sugar. She'll show you, Ma.
We didn't do, you eat differently. You just eat differently. And then like you bring the both kind of families and what they were used to having and mar them together into one. Isn't that interesting how everybody does that? Just different ways of making food. But I remember having this in like elementary school. Somebody's parents made it and they, kids brought it.
She does everything so lackadaisical, like she doesn't care about it. I wish she would have slammed her hand down on this and dropped this across the floor. But then we just wouldn't have seen it. She would have deleted the footage and not showed us. Because even though Amy says real life, she doesn't mean that. She only shows you things that she thinks will be good footage to get her enough minutes to get her AdSense money. She doesn't think about making a funny video. She doesn't think about making an entertaining video. Nothing. She thinks about what lies do I have to present today and how long can I get this so that I can make the max AdSense amount. Nothing else matters to Amy. It's like something's wrong with her. Like I keep saying, what is it, Amy? What's wrong with you? Has it always been wrong with you? Or are you suffering from early onset dementia? Or pregnancy brain? It's a real thing.
As a snack for school. And I remember going, wow, puppy chow, this is so good. But I never had it growing up. I had to wait till I was older and ended up making it. So.
And now she won't stop making it. And look, she wants to touch every piece of it so she can experience it all as her kids eat it. She's going to touch every single one of these pieces since she didn't have any as a kid, And then she leaves it in this open container. Well, it's not open to the air, but open to her children. And they're just going to come down here and they're going to use their little unwashed hands. And guys, they don't have soap. We've seen their bathrooms. She cleans them all the time. There's no soap out here. There's no soap in any of her bathrooms. So the kids are going to come down here with their poo-poo and pee-pee hands. And Jensen with his bubble guts and his booger picking. And he's going to come over here and he's going to dig his paws in it. And then every single person in the family is going to have bubble guts. And in about a week's time, Amy's going to say, we're not feeling very good in the house right now. I don't know why. Maybe we got coronavirus. No, you got Amy Moron virus. You let poo-poo and pee-pee get into all of your food because you don't buy hand soap. She saves money, though.
Wash these dishes up, get that part done so I can head out the door, and then when I come back, we'll finish.
She's headed out the door. She got to go take Brooklyn to work again. Brooklyn, how much do you pay your mom? Like, do you pay her more than YouTube does? You could just get a bus pass.
Or we'll continue. I didn't really even get to do anything. 2 desserts. We'll finish up making food for the week.
Don't worry, guys. She made desserts. The kids don't need food. They will eat out of that trough all week. Every time they grab a handful, that's 200 calories. They already ate a caramel apple today. That was another 400 calories. They're almost to their daily needed calorie intake just from sweets. Don't worry.
Weekend. So it has been an entire day today. Oh my goodness. I left and took Brooke on to her eye appointment and then had to drop her off at work. And then
thank you for letting the whole world know that Brooklyn needed to go to the eye doctor. Next, you're going to tell us what her prescription was so that Grandma Barb can send her some glasses.
Came back and Greg was here and we said, let's go for.
He said Greg was here, and then I said, let's go for a swim, Greg. Why do you got to tell us Greg was there like that? It makes me really think that Greg wasn't there, Amy. What I think happened, I think that Autumn's birthday was on Tuesday. And you're acting so weird this week because old Grego hasn't been on the channel because he's fallen back into his old horrible ways. And you want to blame me, and you want to blame the bakery. But in reality, it's because Grego has an addiction. And now you got to send him back. Send him back to rehab. That's why you've been making all these phone calls to your insurance to see what's approved, how much money you have to pay. Yeah, I know how rehab works. I know some real solid women who take care of their husbands that have put them through rehab time and time again. And you want to know what you could do, Amy? If you're dealing with something like that, you don't have to share your most inner thoughts. You don't have to share your most inner secrets. But do you know how many women you could actually help if you were dealing with something like drug abuse with your husband? How it would help your followers? How many of them have family members that are experiencing addiction? Any type of addiction. But you would never help your followers in a real, honest, meaningful way. You will only help your followers with your fake God talk, because that's all you're about. Lies and BS.
Swim. So we went for a swim. It was beautiful, gorgeous.
Me and my husband, we went for a swim. No, you didn't. You didn't get in the water. Your hair's not wet. It doesn't look like it's even has an ounce of humidity in it. You're a liar.
Swam for about an hour, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta get ready.
She went and put her feet in the water and sat out there and talked to the kids, whoever was in the pool.
I gotta go pick her back up. So I did, and then now I'm back home, and I'm like,
she could have been making dinner instead of putting her feet in the pool.
I need to finish or even start my day. And then it changed of what I'm going to do for food, because I was going to do brats and hot dogs tonight, and I'm like, why don't I do flatbread tacos? Got my meat cooking over there, and I've got my can of chili beans out.
Do you notice that every time she is in a time crunch, she makes walking tacos? Some type of taco? Like, this lady's going to turn into a taco.
And I'm going to make some topping. It's delicious. We've been making this forever.
And then every single time they have tacos, watch right after that, because she'll have leftover taco meat. Nobody eats tacos. They eat frozen pizzas and whatever frozen stuff that they want to eat. And she pretends and makes all of this crap food. And it's worth it to her, probably, to make her stupid videos. Imagine making good food, though, Amy.
The only difference we're going to do this time is usually I take the biscuits, roll them out, and cook them on a griddle. And for some reason, when I was driving, I was like, what if I tried them in the waffle maker? Would that be good?
I wonder why, Amy, you always have the dumbest ideas. Instead of saying, how could I make my thumbnails better so that more people will watch my videos? You had the idea to make waffle biscuits when you don't even know how to make regular biscuits.
All the grapes we've been eating, these are delicious. I'm going to go like this. It's delicious. It's good. This is what you do.
It's good. It's good. It's delicious. It's delicious. She needs to get a shirt that says it's delicious. Amy, it doesn't matter how many times you say something is delicious. It's not going to make it delicious. But let's note the time. It's 3:42 on what she says is Friday, but I'm pretty sure it's Thursday, 3:42 p.m. She took this out of the refrigerator. This is her monster cookie dough. You guys know that this monster cookie dough, like I told you, you know how many calories is in this bowl right here? This bowl of monster cookies is 25,987 calories. That's about. You know, I'm not right on. I didn't count all the M&Ms she used. That means, guys, that when she makes these cookies up, that the cookies are going to be over 350 calories each. Do you know what 350 calories is, Amy? That's more than a bagel. Your kids could actually have a bagel instead of having this cookie. Blows my mind. It's okay. It's good. It's great. It's delicious. Just keep moving.
You just got to, all right, change things around a little bit and just adapt and overcome. So let's go.
Adapt and overcome. You eat those cookies, kids, and you pretend like it's protein, and maybe you'll get big and strong.
Stuff to make flatbread tacos in the waffle iron.
She had to shut the sound off on that so that we wouldn't have to hear her stove clickety clink clunk.
Okay, so we've got a first batch of cookies in the oven. So what I'm going to do right here is we're going to roll this out and see how this does.
She's not going to roll it out. When has Amy ever done anything she says she's going to do or that she needs to do?
I got my little roller. I got that in Temu. So
she didn't wash that. This looks like a face roller. And why is she always grabbing her stomach? Why does it look like you're pregnant? And why are you always wiping your hands and grabbing your stomach? And bending over. She bends over like she's either going to piss herself or she's pregnant.
I get on my taco seasoning because we'll be doing our meat too. Okay, let's see.
Look at that. They say it's body shaming. I say when you grow a belly over several months and you've had 10 kids, it's called pregnancy.
It's going to make it just like a little waffle.
It's not done. You could clearly see even the insides aren't all the way cooked. How it picked up, it's still wobbly. These things aren't cooked. Not one of these things are cooked through. It's okay though, because the kids have to eat them cold. So they'll throw them in the oven or something to heat them up. So they'll probably get cooked a little bit more. Even if they throw them in the microwave, it'll like steam up as the water releases. But if it was left up to Amy, they would just eat raw biscuits. Amy, please read the thing of the biscuits. It says you're not supposed to eat them raw.
Is that going to be good? I don't know.
She don't care if it's going to be good. Is it going to be good? I don't know. Do I care? Hell no.
It's going to be 5 years.
Did I waste my money on it? Sure, but Aunt Barb will send me more.
Do it on like one. But if I just put like
My pops is going to die pretty soon, and I'm sure I'll get money from him.
4, and then
Will you, Amy? Or is Jeffy going to come live with you when Dad dies?
just smush them and cut them if I have to. Let's see what that does. I'm going to add taco seasoning to this.
4 little tiny grains of meat, and she's going to add taco seasoning and 2 cans of beans. Good job, Amy. You're really making sure those kids get protein. I think she's used 8 whole atoms of meat this week.
A can of my chili mixed beans. I like these ones better than regular. I do have regular.
And imagine when she likes something, she makes them eat it over and over again. Because she likes these chili beans, now they have went into every single thing she's made. Crazy.
But I like the chili ones better. Do I add more? I think
It's crazy that her pan is not big enough. She stretched out the meat by putting a spoonful of meat and 2 cans of beans. And this is going to be walking tacos. Amy, that's not enough protein for your children.
Well, I was going to do 1, but I think I'll do 2.
Of course she's going to do 2. She's got to really stretch it out. And of course she had to make sure that she got the smallest pan in that or pot in the house.
This is one pan.
She wants to make sure she gets it as dirty as she can right here so that all the rats and bugs come into their house. She likes those things now. I think Amy's collecting them.
And it's really full. She used a bigger one. That's okay. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, just throw those beans back up in there. Those kids don't care. Anytime you used a cleaner here or anything that's going up in the beans, it'll actually add flavor. You need that.
Pick up your beans and meat.
I'll pick up your beans and meat. You're crazy, Amy. You're a literal lunatic. And you think I'm a demon for being on here talking about you. I think you're a demon for feeding your kids cleaner. You use WD-40 on this SOB. I watched you do it. I watched you. I watch you use oven cleaner. I watch you use stainless steel cleaner. I've seen you use all different types of chemicals and horrendous things on this item. And now you're picking beans off of it like a freaking tweaker and putting them back in the pot for your kids to eat. You're an actual freaking maniac sent here by Satan himself to spread discord and chaos into families. That's what you are. I've decided.
Perfect. Let that simmer.
Perfect. So many chemicals. So little time.
Basically, it's just looks like a waffle.
And why are these cooking so unevenly? I'll tell you why. Because you're not supposed to cook biscuits in here.
Let's see. Let me try to do that for you. See if you even have to roll it out.
You don't have to roll it out, Amy. You don't have to do anything. You didn't even have to cook them in here. You know what? They're biscuits. You could have just threw them in the oven. The kids could have peeled them in half, put taco meat on and chili. There's mostly chili beans. Put chili beans on top and pretended they were eating what you're talking about. It's all the same, and the biscuits would have been cooked. And they would have been fresh. Oh, imagine your kids getting to eat a fresh biscuit straight out the oven.
See how that works. I wish I had a latch on this. Let's see how that does.
Brooklyn, let me know in the comments if you've ever had a biscuit fresh out the oven that wasn't burnt or hard as a hockey puck.
So this is, just something different. Something different.
Wait a second. Is that her oven growling? Was that her oven that dropped a glass inside of it? What the heck were all those noises, Amy? Listen to my video and then go and check your stove out because it's got like something glass is in there, and that's broken. And then it's got some type of growl. Amy, get rid of this. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Sell it on Marketplace. One of your viewers told you that this stove was worth $30,000. So put it on Marketplace for $30,000 and see if you can sell it. And then, Amy, after you get your $30,000, you buy yourself a $200 regular stove and you put it right here. And then right here, you get yourself a griddle and you put a griddle right here. It'll close the hole. You'll have what you need and you'll have made $30,000 from the sale of this. You could probably even buy yourself a new dishwasher. It'll be good. It'll be great. It'll be delicious. But that stove is making the worst kind of noises, Amy. You got to sell it before it breaks. I'm not even being funny right now. I know you can't sell it for 30, but you better sell it.
And those will get going. It'll be like real quick. It's just those first couple batches that seem to take forever on everything.
The first couple batches take forever because she doesn't preheat the oven. Amy, do you understand what oven preheating is? It heats the oven up so that your cookies don't sit in there while it's heating up. When you do that, you ruin baked items. You're not supposed to put them in there until the oven is preheated to the level it needs to be at. That's why the first couple batches of everything you make never turn out.
So, is this gonna work?
That one's so thick, there's no way that is cooked all the way through. No way. It's a biscuit, guys. It's a biscuit. This is not pancake batter. This is not waffle batter. This is an actual biscuit.
These are done. Oh, just the water everywhere. These are good and done. So, this is done. Okay, let me move some out. Next is my apple salad.
So her apple salad has 10 apples diced, 2 bananas, a half a cup of and she has bananas back there on the counter still. They're still there. Will Amy use them? Heck no. Does Amy and her family eat bananas? Heck no. Does she buy bananas every time she goes to the store? Heck yes. It asks for a half a cup of peanuts, 10 ounces of mini marshmallows, 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and a container of Cool Whip. Let's see how Amy actually makes it. She's going to definitely touch it. She's got to get those tweaky fingers on every bit of food her kids eat. Otherwise, who knows what will happen? Amy doesn't know. She's never not done it. I bet that's really well drained when she did it with her hands. That was some good draining there, Amy.
Back in the way day when we used to do this, we used to bananas in it and cranberries.
Back in the way day. Amy, why do you talk like that? It's just like how she says, got. I got. I was listening to God. Why you talk like that? That's not even how you talk. Sometimes you say, I went and had a bagel, but then I went back to your old videos and you didn't say bagel. You said bagel. You just do it because you want attention. You do it because you're weird. You do it maybe because your IQ is extremely low. I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
I'm skipping that step.
Oh, she's skipping a step. Amy not following her own recipe. Oh. There you go, guys. She put peanut butter, not peanuts, because Amy puts peanut butter in everything. You know, it's her 7-year-old peanut butter, traveled 7,000 miles in 7,000 degree temperature. She got to put that in there with Miracle Whip. She put 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip. What the hell is that for? You're not even going to be able to taste the Miracle Whip, but she put it in there because she loves Miracle Whip. It's good. It's great. It's delicious. I think Amy's going to use like so much food today that is bad for her, and look at her face. She don't care. She's going to give it all to the kids. Well, obviously she's going to eat some too because this bell didn't get there from eating salad.
That's going in there.
I just can't get over how her stomach looks tied up in this apron, and I'm supposed to be body shaming when she clearly has a protruding stomach that's growing. And she won't mention it to her followers.
Look at a nice mixture. And then you just fold this in.
This isn't even folding it in. First of all, you're whipping it quickly. Folding means you fold, Amy. You go like this. I'm not even a cook. And it goes, fold it. You fold it. And you fold it. What you're doing is whipping quickly, and it's clearly not working because we can see the peanut butter all stuck to the side right here. But it's okay. It's good. It's great. It's delicious. And once again, her bowl, it doesn't fit everything in it, but it's okay. She's not going to mix it up good. Nothing Amy makes is mixed up good. Sometimes the kids get clumps of flour. It's okay. They pretend like they're dragons and they just blow out smoke.
It's been a while. Yeah, good.
She literally took 5 seconds to say it was good. You know it's not good. Amy, if it takes you that long to realize if it's good or not, I'm going to go ahead and say it for you. It's nasty.
Good. Okay. A bigger bowl would work better.
A bigger bowl would work better, but then I'd have to go over there and wash it.
You definitely want to serve this today. After a day, it kind of gets watery.
So this lady said, you look at her with her serving right away. She wanted to make sure hers wasn't watery. So she said you have to eat it today, okay? She used 10 apples, at least a half a cup of peanut butter, 10 ounces of mini marshmallows, 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and a container of Cool Whip. That's over 3,200 calories to eat today. Today. That means with 8 people, they would each have to eat 400 calories today, extra. But they've already had 400 calories from their caramel apple. And then if they had a cookie, they had another 375 calories. Hopefully they didn't have 2. Amy, you're literally making your kids fat. They might not be fat right now, but what do you think they're going to look like after years and years of eating 400 extra calories all the time? That's a meal for a child. A child only needs 1,800 calories a day. Make sure you eat yours right now.
So much better. It's just
She definitely needs that 400 calories.
got a little bit. It's got that marshmallow in there. Delicious.
That's got. Yeah, I see why you take out your chewing, Amy. I definitely see it. Please keep taking it out.
I do more of these.
She chew with her mouth open too. Yeah. Talking with food in her mouth. She wants to do more of these. Look how ridiculous this looks. She wasted an entire thing of biscuits. Just, they're not even cooked all the way through.
And then if we have leftovers from the tacos as well, we can layer that in a bowl this weekend. We can do that with sausage. I've got hash browns I'm going to cook, scrambled eggs, gravy, and cheese. And then we can make a whole hash, like a...
Yay. So they get to eat their tacos on biscuit waffles, and now they get to eat their breakfast on biscuit waffles. Amy gets an idea, and she just goes all for it, doesn't she? Not only do they have to eat it once, they have to eat it twice. Yum, Mom.
Stack out. I think that'll be a really neat way to do that. So I'm doing a bunch of things at once. Look at how fast these cook. Look at the
Look at her. Look at her new pan. Look at it. Look at it, guys. Yay. Buy a pan like her. Look at it. Look at it. She's making eggs and they're not burning.
eggs don't even stick.
Amy, how many years have you been making eggs? You're this happy over eggs? You've never made eggs that didn't stick before? You're 47 years old.
For my other ones, they kind of didn't stick, but these really don't stick.
She's going to cook these eggs to hell and back.
These are going to be great. We'll literally do it like a little...
There she is using a metal spatula on this nonstick surface.
Taste for breakfast tomorrow.
She'll say her kids tore up the waffle iron next. These are the cookies, guys. They look like this when they go into the oven. They look like this when they come out of the oven. Could you imagine eating something this small that was 350 calories? No, thank you. I'd need to eat like 4 of these.
This tomorrow, Amy, because tomorrow's Saturday. You know what I can do tomorrow?
Why can't you do it tomorrow, Amy? Because tomorrow's Saturday, and tomorrow I'm going to not get out of my gosh darn bed. These kids can eat food off the floor for all I care, and they will.
I'll be sleeping in, and I won't have to get up and make food.
So the weekend, Amy goes in that bedroom and shuts the door, and the kids just eat what she's made. She doesn't come out. She doesn't heat it up for them. She doesn't do any of that because sometimes on Monday she doesn't even know what's left. The kids just eat this food that's in the refrigerator and she lays in bed all weekend. What a life, huh? Imagine being able to buy a $650,000 house, pretend you're a daily vlogger, and lay for days at a time in your bed. and not touch or do a thing. And that's not jealousy talking. That's just disgust at the fact that she did it off the backs of her children, and then she lies and pretends she's a daily vlogger. When will the truth come out, Amy?
Can do is just pull this out and heat it up when we're ready for breakfast.
Yeah, just pull it out and heat it back up, because everybody loves reheated scrambled eggs. They're not already tough and rough enough for me cooking them for 40 hours. You got to reheat these pups.
I don't want to do that on Saturday because we're going to be doing some other fun things.
I don't want to do that on a Saturday. I'm going to be in bed. My kids don't deserve good eggs on a Saturday. I don't give them good eggs any day.
Look at all those eggs. That's awesome. That worked perfectly. So what you're going to do is I'm going to put these in. This came out. I stir in it to make sure it stays thick. You put these in little glass containers. These are going to the refrigerator.
She said stir this up so it stays thick. So stirring this up makes it stay thick, or the fact that you could have actually cooked it correctly instead of just putting it in your microwave for a couple minutes, Amy. And it's going to take them just as long to heat this up as it would to cook it tomorrow. Your kids could have did this. They could have heated this up in the microwave and it wouldn't have to be reheated twice. They could cook the potatoes themselves and they wouldn't have to be uncooked and nasty. They could cook these biscuit craps themselves. What did you do? Push them down in there? And their eggs, you said the pan was so good that anybody could have cooked it. Steven could have made them. You're actually a moot point. You're worthless at this point, Amy. Those kids could do everything you can do, probably better. You should probably just let the kids take over in the kitchen. And you can just vlog your daily Bible channel.
Cool off, then they're going to go in the refrigerator.
And she made sure she left this cookie dough with 8 eggs in it. The whole time is just sitting out on this counter for hours.
Breakfast is done.
Look at this. This is the pan with no handle. Where's the handle, Amy? Oh, it was such a good idea to buy pans with no handle. What's going to happen? Are you going to drop it on your toe? Nope. Amy's so smart. She's going to grab onto it without the handle. Did you think it was going to be cool, Amy?
I should have put the handle up for that. It's a little hot. That's okay. The handle's in the, I think it's in the cupboard.
That's why you don't buy pans without handles, Amy.
Okay, so
That's why you don't suggest your followers buy pans without handles, Amy.
let that cool, of course.
But she got them for free, no worries.
And then,
Yeah, just throw it back in there. Everything that's been on the counter today, throw it up in there. We see tools on the counter all the time. Just throw that meat back up in there. No big deal.
close it. The only thing, potatoes here, if you don't fry.
Those potatoes are raw. They're raw. Look at them. They don't have an ounce of color. If you touched them, if you bit into them, they're probably cold on the inside.
Fry these with a bunch of oil.
She said, if you fry them with a bunch of oil, they're good. She didn't put no oil. She didn't put anything. They don't even have seasoning. They're just raw potatoes that her kids could cook themselves tomorrow.
It tastes plain, don't you agree? Okay, even though it's
Yeah, they taste plain. They look disgusting. If I was your kids, I would take this and throw it in the dumpster.
late in the day, it's like I'm still getting stuff done. I'm like, okay, just keep moving.
Your kids waste their time screaming in the background like idiots. If you guys really want to get back at your mother, stop screaming and throw her nasty, disgusting food where it belongs, into the dumpster. Every time she makes you this crap, toss it in the dumpster.
Almost to the end.
She doesn't care about it. Look, she tosses it around. When she gives you this crap and tells you, this is Saturday's food, you say, no, it's not, Mom. We want pizza. Toss this crap in the dumpster, and she'll get you pizza. What is she going to do, spank you? She going to film you? She can't do anything to you. Toss this crap straight into the dumpster where it belongs and tell her, hey, get me a Daya pizza now because my bubble guts are acting up.
And
That goes for all of you. All of you, tell her you got bubble guts. Her food gives you bubble guts. It don't matter if you're lactose intolerant or not.
kids are out in the pool
Your mom's food gives me bubble guts, and I've never even eaten it.
right now. It's beautiful. 5.
Okay, guys, you think I'm just being funny, and your mom told me you watch. I know you're listening. So listen to this. Google this, you smart kids that can read. The ones that can't read, gather around the ones that can. It is 5:05 p.m. You look and see how long this cookie dough should be sitting out on the counter. Google it. Look it up. How long should cookie dough with eggs in it be sitting on the counter? And then you guys note that this freaking cookie dough sat here from 3:42 p.m. until 7 p.m. I'm sure that there's at least one of you guys that can figure out how long that is and how to Google it up. Google it up. Your mother is going to kill you with salmonella or botulism. One of you are sure to die. The odds are not in your favor. They're not. This is foodborne illness. Your mother is trying to kill you. And if you look up cholesterol, you'll see that she's also trying to kill your pops.
We're out there right now, so that's always a good thing. Thanks.
So while you guys are laughing and thinking YouTube's so funny, look up those horrifying details of your life. Mama's trying to kill you. Because you're a special boy, Jensen. And you're special too, Brooklyn. Mama gives you right to work.
This will be for breakfast.
But this is what she gives you for breakfast. Take it and throw it in the garbage. That's where it belongs.
Sunday, depending on how much gets eaten. And then these, I think these are genius.
She thinks she's a genius. That's why she does this to you guys. She thinks she's smarter than the actual science of food.
I think this is a genius little hack there. Okay, so that will be haystack bread.
That, look at the eggs have nothing on them. They're cooked to smithereens. Like I said, you could see the crust layer on the bottom. These things right here have one little speck of seasoning right in the middle. Thanks, Mom, for putting all the seasoning right in the middle. So when I take the middle bite, not only is it raw dough, but it's the only bite that tastes like everything's seasoned. And it's going to be overly seasoned. It's going to taste so disgusting. Yay, Mama. But don't worry, you'll have the salmonella cookies to wash them down for 350 calories each, kids. Laugh about that. It's so funny, huh? It's going to be real funny.
What I'm going to do is a Cuban sandwich.
Oh, he's going to do Cuban sandwiches. I can't wait. All the Cubans, check in. She's going to teach you how to do it.
Now, down here, because I see these Cuban sandwiches everywhere, Cuban bread.
She sees them everywhere, and she was like, I got you guys.
And I thought
it's almost how she took poor boys from the South.
it was a pulled pork, and then someone corrected me and said it's like a marinated pulled pork something.
So she thinks that a Cuban is a pulled pork, but somebody corrected her and told her it's a marinated pulled pork. Okay, Amy, but you still don't know what it is, and you're still not going to be able to make it, but you're still going to call it what? A Cuban? You guys want to know why she's going to call it a Cuban? Because she likes to make fun of other cultures. When will people see this about Amy? If she can mock you, she will mock you. Let's see Amy's version of a Cuban.
Completely different. I'm not really sure. So
she's not sure of anything except for doing what the hell she wants and making fun of people along the way.
one of these days, I would get a real one.
One of these days, I will get a real one. But it's not today, folks. Keep watching. Maybe it'll be later.
But not today. Just Amy Cuban sandwich. I'm not even Cuban. Says,
told you, it's an Amy Cuban sandwich. And she's not even Cuban. Really? I really thought she was Cuban. She moved down to Florida. She got a lot darker. I was thinking she had Cuban roots.
I'm going to put Miracle Whip and mustard on it. I'm going to put some ham on it. Salami.
Ham, salami, and provolone. Sounds like a Cuban to me.
And provolone cheese.
Oh, she got the mustard. Cuban. It's an Amy Cuban.
Basically a sub. And then I was
basically a Cuban, Amy Cuban.
going to do some lettuce on it and some sliced.
Look at Dish Tower. Dish Tower is almost higher than the cupboards right now. And Snack Tower is as high as the cupboards. I can't wait till Jensen goes reach his little bubble guts hands in there and sickens the whole family.
Nice pickle. I think I'm going to make the entire sandwich so that it's all done for the weekend. And then when we're ready to eat it, we can...
Yes, I love pre-made sandwiches. You know, I just can't help myself when it comes to a pre-made sandwich. And Amy's Cuban, it's going to be the best.
Just take it out and eat it. I think Miracle Whip would be really good on here. And mustard, and maybe the kids.
Make sure you put a lot of Miracle Whip. Remember when I told you that the 4 tablespoons you used was 400 calories on the last sandwich? Make sure you put about 10 tablespoons on this one. It's good for you. It's great. It's delicious. Greg needs it.
Tomorrow we'll go, ew, that's not good. We're thinking
tomorrow her kids will say, ew, it's not good.
of doing the beach. We haven't been to the beach in a long time, and we have all this great stuff to go to the beach with. We got shark tooth hunting stuff.
Yeah, she needs to go to the beach to go shark tooth hunting. Amy, I hope you find a shark tooth that's still hooked to the shark mouth.
Greg's got a new diving
And I hope Greg uses his new diving mask to watch.
mask. The one that recommended the diving mask, I'm drawing a blank on your name. You sent us beautiful keychains. And
So they sent her something, keychains and all types of cool crap, but she can't even remember their name. Amy, you're not even a good grifter, because there's those multi-million-dollar big wigs in the mega churches, and them guys remember people's names that gave them $10. It's part of the grift, Amy. It's part of the godding. You got to act like you care about these people. Iris, she sent you an Amy nasty casserole cooker. She sent you that thing because she wanted you to acknowledge her, right? Now the person who sent you the mask idea, you can't even acknowledge them because you don't care about them. You're a real slumlord of a YouTuber, Amy.
bracelets. I'm drawing a blank on your name right now. But you told me to get a certain mask, and I did, and it's awesome. It is awesome for diving.
She said it's awesome for diving, like she's went diving in it already. Amy, we both know you haven't even, maybe you put that thing on in the house. It never even made it out to the pool.
So I can't wait to buy more. It doesn't fit my kids, so I need to get one for them.
And it's so awesome, but it doesn't fit the kids. So she bought one mask for Greg, and it's so awesome. Who cares, Amy? Who freaking cares? We don't even see Greg anymore. We don't even know if he lives in this house anymore. Nobody cares what Greg got. Greg and Jaden are gone to us now.
How awesome. I'm like, we can't wait to go to the beach just so we can see. I need to see that a manatee is coming up to me so I don't get attacked. And if they attack, just so I don't have to be surprised by one when we're in the water.
I need to see the manatees coming up to me. Yeah, 'cause the manatees are always going to be there. They're always going to be there in the water just waiting on you, Amy.
Received well? I don't know. I'll let you know.
She used that whole thing of meat on 2 sandwiches.
They might be like, why didn't you just make it like a poor boy sub? And I'll be like, I want to try something different.
Her kids don't even know what a poor boy sub is, but they ask for it.
So sorry. We can like package this up.
And then they're sitting here laughing at my videos. Maybe you guys should educate yourselves instead of sitting listening to my videos. Get some culture to yourself. Watch some Mark Weens and learn about food.
We can take it with us to the beach if we want, or have just a late day. I'm going to serve this with, we got a lot of fruit still, like a lot of grapes and cantaloupe, and do some chips with mixing. Over here. I don't know how much salami to put on here. God, I plan on using the whole thing, but I guess
I plan on using a whole thing. That you did not need 2 whole things of meat for these 2 sandwiches. This was enough to make 6 sandwiches. Like, she's so inconsistent. She made the gravy over there and she put 4 grains of meat in. Then she makes the sandwiches, probably because they're for Greg, and she's just lying. She said the kids were going to say they were disgusting. She probably made these big old giant 2 of them for Greg, one for his fake work and one for later on in the evening. This is enough meat for 6 sandwiches. And you know she didn't going to feed her kids that much protein. I've decided this is for her and Greg.
I don't need to. How about I just do this? Put the lid on it and wrap it up, put it back in the bag, maybe back in the bag, and then tomorrow when I go to serve it, I'll chop up some lettuce and pickles and all that.
Wow, she's finally learning. She's going to leave off all the stuff to make it soggy, and she's going to put it on when she opens it. Oh my gosh. Amy, are you turning over a new leaf? Are you going to stop lying next?
Because I'm thinking if I do it now, it's just going to get soggy in the bread. Yeah, and I know it's going to.
She knows it's going to, but how many times has she done it? 1,000,000. Amy, don't act like you care. Sitting here with all this rotten veg on your countertop and a 40-ton thing of cookies for your kids and your husband. You got enough cookies here to kill an army. You're acting like you care.
So that's what we'll do here. You can.
Look at Amy wrapping these. She thinks she's so cool. Wrapping fast. Watch her. And then she wrap it like a 5-year-old. And she laughs about it. Why? Because Amy doesn't know how to tell the vessel size for any item. Why is that, Amy? Were you previously low IQ, or is it a new dementia thing? let me know.
I love when you rip the foil and just doesn't cover like you want it to.
No, I don't love that, Amy. And it doesn't happen regularly to regular people. It's a once in a while thing. And it definitely wouldn't happen if you were paying attention.
That happens sometimes. It's okay.
And then she gets another little tiny piece to put over it. Because when it's in the refrigerator for 24 or 48 hours this weekend, it's not going to get hard and stale. Who cares? It's good. It's great. It's delicious. It's just for Greg.
Okay. So then this will fit.
The end is literally still open.
Refrigerator a whole lot better. This one has to put in the back. Another meal done. That will be the sandwiches. That'll be tomorrow with chips. So what I'm going to do over here is...
This is wild. She's just knocking out meals that she says that they're going to eat this weekend. And we all know that they're not going to eat this.
I've got some eggs boiling. I'm going to do egg salad, and I'm also going to do potato salad. Remember that little bit of mashed potatoes we had left over for hamburger gravy? So I'm going to turn that into the Grandma Sandy's potato salad. Easy.
Yuck. Leftover mashed potatoes from yesterday's dinner for potato salad sounds like the most nasty thing that she has done thus far.
And then this is going to be water. I'm going to make some.
How does that even work? You have mashed potato salad? Yuck. And it's leftover mashed potatoes. What kind of seasoning was in the mashed potatoes from last night?
Macaroni salad. And then this is going to be some brats. Only a few people like brats. Not everybody does. So I'm just going to cook and fry those up. That's one of them. I did. And I'm just going to...
She likes brats. She loves brats with onions and peppers. Amy's making a bunch of stuff that Amy likes and then a bunch of cookies and snacks for the kids to snack on all weekend. That's what Amy does because the kids eat processed frozen food and snacks. And then she and Greg, if he's around, eats this crap. They eat the gravy and the brats and the sandwiches. Her kids don't eat that crap.
Place this onion in here right into the pan because it'll make it a little bit easier.
This is really nice. I love it when she records with her back to us, so we really can't hear her. And then it sounds all distorted. This is really good content for your people, Amy. People that have been watching you for 8 years. This is a really good way to give them content they deserve.
And because we're getting tired, that's all. It's getting late. It is 5:30.
So she's getting tired, so your content doesn't matter to her. Why don't you stop filming, Amy? This is not torture. We are not here to torture you. You do not have to film. Turn the camera off. Take your big old bottom and lay it down. Stop making so many darn cookies. They don't even look like they've been cooked. They're the exact same size they were when she put them into the oven. It's wild. I would never waste 350 calories on this little hard nugget here. You know the bottom's burnt too because she doesn't know how to use that oven.
Do you want to be done?
Hey kids, you want to know who's laughing? Me, when all your teeth fall out after eating these.
Just started. So what I'm going to do is just slice this in here. And then I'm going to have it with we'll just fry it up with peppers and onions. I think this will be great. And then I pulled out steak buns, like the steak rolls. Deli rolls, they're like steak rolls, and then this can go on there. I think that would be a nice, easy meal, like whoever wants it that way. And then I'm going to make hot dogs for the ones that like...
A nice, easy meal. A nice, easy meal, but only 3 people out of 8 like it. That's not called a meal, Amy. That's called a snack.
Which is, most of the kids. To do while that is cooking over there is I'm going to do 1 potato salad and 1 mashed potato. What's it called? Potato salad. These
1 potato salad and 1 potato salad. Again, Amy. Low IQ? Early onset dementia? What's up? Pregnancy brain? You're making macaroni salad, or you can call it pasta salad, whatever you want, and a potato salad. 2 little bowls. How much you want to bet she fills one of them all the way up to the top?
These are not bad. I like that. Okay, make sure it tastes good. It does. So I'm just going to chop this up.
So it's 5:38, kids. You still laughing about your botulism cookies? They're still sitting here.
This is going to be a small...
Throw that in there. Throw it in there. Who cares about chemicals? Who cares about dirty? You throw that back in the bowl. Those kids will eat it. That's what they deserve.
Small batch of Grandma Sandy's.
These are all soft and disgusting. but you will eat them anyway.
For a salad, it's mostly both.
Nah, she already said her kids don't eat these salads. She makes these just for Greg. That's why Greg has a bodacious belly.
Brats. I think these are Aldi. I think I got these at Aldi. I guess that was the beginning of this week. Oh, actually, it was last week. It's been a week already.
It was on September 29th. I didn't forget. Aldi was September 28th. Today is, well, I would say that it's about October 5th for you, Amy, yeah? October 5th today with the red dress. That's what I would say, which is 8 days off. So, let me tell you, neighbors, that means on Monday she was 7 days off. On Tuesday she was 11 days off. On Wednesday she was 8 days off. On Thursday she was 8 days off. On Friday she was 8 days off. Doesn't sound like to me Amy is 7 days behind for safety. It sounds like to me Amy is filming whenever Amy feels like filming and posting it whenever the heck it makes sense for her to post it. There is no daily vlogging for Amy, and there never has been. Has there, Amy?
Yeah, I just realized that. That's okay. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Probably try to tell the truth and not cook horrible food for your kids every single day of their lives.
He doesn't really love tomatoes in it, but
Greg doesn't love tomatoes in it, but she's going to put them in there because F you, Greg. Just like F you when you didn't want onions in your Euro meat. F you, Greg. Go to work, make money, help me out with these 10 stupid kids, but you will not tell me how you like anything. She make it however the heck she wants.
does it look pretty nice?
And then she tries to pretend like, if your husband wants soda pop, you give him soda pop. I'm a good wife. No, Amy, you're a villain and a monster. And you make him nasty food that you know he doesn't want and doesn't like simply because I wanted it to look pretty.
I just feel bad putting just green in there. But sometimes if that's what you got, that's what you got. Thank you.
You felt bad just putting green. But tomatoes cause inflammation, and you didn't feel bad for putting them in there even though he didn't want them. Greg, that's not love. People that love you do not put things that cause inflammation. It's not healthy for you. That tomato, having red in your pasta salad, is not healthy for you. She did that because she hates you. Okay? And I don't know why she hates you, but she does. And every chance she gets, she F's your food and makes it somehow you don't like it. And you know she does it. You should take the kids and leave. And that way you don't have to worry about child support. Stop leaving the kids. Take them, and then she has to pay you. Duh.
Sunday. So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking Autumn out for her birthday. So there's only going to be a few here to eat.
Yeah, get those dirty scissors straight out that dirty sink where we know you throw everything in there. Yes! Now you guys get to eat hot dogs. I'm so happy that you guys were so happy and laughing. You guys are happy kids. You're going to just be so happy eating these.
And we're just going to do hot dogs and mac and cheese. So I was just going to make homemade mac and cheese.
Autumn, you are so lucky that it's your birthday and you get to go out to eat, and the rest of those jerk-offs have to eat this.
But do you remember when I had that
She's going to touch every one of them for you, too.
that Cabot mac and cheese I got at Detweiler's?
You could eat boxed macaroni and cheese and finger-fiddled hot dogs. That is exactly what you little turds deserve.
It's naturally lactose free. So I'm thinking, hold on, 10. What if I just let them make boxed macaroni and cheese?
What if you just let them make their own dinner every single night? That's what they do. They make boxed macaroni and cheese. They make hot dogs. They make hamburgers. They make ramen. They make frozen pizzas. They make pizza pockets, bagel pizzas. Like, why don't you just stop cooking? You're wasting your food. You're wasting money on food. Like, Amy, just stop cooking. Let those little kids fend for themselves. It'll probably make them smarter in the long run. That'll be a real type of unschooling. Fend for yourself.
Because there's going to be some older ones here to help watch. To help watch, the little kids because they're so...
Jaden, raise your brothers up. Raise your sisters up. You'll be there. Raise them on up.
little. But there'll be an older one here to make dinner. So I'm thinking...
Imagine counting on your older kids to take care of your younger kids. Maybe you shouldn't have had 10 kids, Amy.
Why didn't I just get the hot dogs out here? They can cook those. Too hard. So right there. There, I just eliminated one whole meal.
Dish Mountain changed. It used to be something else. Now it's new And then these cookies are just all sitting over here. There's those old rotten bananas still sitting over there.
I have to make perfect. It's hot. See, it's steamed. I tried.
So it's 6 o'clock, kids. Botulism cookies, still chilling. Papa's botulism cookies, still chilling.
Cooling off. It was not going to cool off because we have no cold water.
Because there is no cold water in Florida. Just like there are no pumpkins and there is no pumpkin spice. There's no apple cider.
We just don't have cold things here. Not in Florida.
It's your house, Amy. It's not Florida. You know what else is your house? The AC. Some people in Florida have nice ACs where they can use their oven and they don't sweat all day like you. It's just you. And it's because you let Greg get your house.
This will be great. We'll have a little bit
Good bowl, Amy. Make sure you got a nice big one this time so you can slop it, right?
of macaroni salad, salt and pepper.
She never measures anything. She doesn't know how this tastes. She doesn't care.
Cookies, another batch of cookies.
That was literally one speckle of pepper. Like one speckle.
Okay. Doing really good. Getting stuff done. The kids are outside eating.
You can't even see the pepper when she did it. It was one speckle.
That's good. I'll be able to almost call it a day. I got a few more things to get done.
So it's 6 o'clock, guys. Botulism's still sitting.
But I'll get there. Okay, perfect on that. That just needs a container. Let me see if I can find me a plastic container for that. These will be great with the steak buns and smoky provolone cheese.
Yum. Din Din's ready, kids. Jump on it.
Probably barbecue sauce, I'm thinking, for that.
Oh, barbecue sauce on brats, definitely.
So that's another meal. Almost to my last.
And they get to sit in the refrigerator for 3 days. She's going on to the last of the cookie dough.
I don't know if this will be all the cookies or not. Let's see. I want to do a few of the just plain chocolate chip. Craig likes those. Is a good day.
Because Greg ain't going to eat these 350 calorie each ones. Why? His belly's big enough to have about 8 or 9 of them.
I had to swim today, which was nice. And I had to do an appointment.
Okay, so I'm the body shamer, but how she's standing right here isn't pregnancy belly. I'm not a body shamer. You guys are mind shaming me. I clearly see pregnancy belly with my own eyes. You guys are mind shaming me. I see it.
For a long time today. So it actually worked out good to be for Friday.
This has so much candy in it that is just candy. They're falling out. Like, I know they fall out because it's greasy, but these are just candy. She's making little balls of candy. The kids could have just took handfuls of that candy and been better off. She didn't need to add all the margarine and the flour and the sugar, the extra sugar. She could have just given them handfuls of candy.
I had a bunch of food made. I didn't make everything, but most of it I did. We'll have food for the weekend, which I'm not too worried about. So, but I had some relish in the refrigerator.
Pickles, and more pickles.
And we're running out of space, and I'm like, oh, it's been in here a while. I'll just throw it away. Just chop these up and put a little sugar on them. That will work.
That's pretty much what relish is, right? Chopped up pickles and a little bit of sugar.
See what I'm doing? I've got the camera over here. I have to get a different camera.
She's still having tripod issues, even though this is how she pays her rent.
Tripods. This one's just a little bit taller and it's a lot heavier. So, all right. So you just need to add some salt.
Yeah.
And pepper. I do need to add some sugar to this.
So she added like 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. A literal 1/8 of a teaspoon. And it's pre-ground pepper. She's not adding any flavor from it. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just plain house. That's why her food doesn't turn out. That's why her kids don't like it. That's why they eat so much processed foods. That's what I'm telling you, kids. You take this bowl right here, even if she says it's for your dad, and you toss it in the garbage and tell her to buy you some real pizzas. Frozen pizzas. That's what you can live off of from now on. It's better than this. You'll get gout and Crohn's a lot slower than if you eat your mother's rotten food.
Grandma Sandy's mashed potatoes.
If Grandma Sandy taught you how to make those mashed potatoes, that nasty food, Grandma Sandy, she needs punishment. Some type of punishment. I don't know what is severe enough for those, but yuck. Leftover mashed potatoes turned into potato salad.
Literally makes a great potato salad.
She cut up pickles and added sugar and Miracle Whip. Yum.
I've never had potato salad this way. I think some of you said somebody else, one of your family members, some of yours makes it, but most have not. If you can have this, it's so good.
I have never had it. And then she says it's so good. She says words wrong because she doesn't think before she speaks. Because she's not here to say things to help people or do things right. She's here to get through a video and make her money. Don't listen to Amy. She's never here to steer you right or help you. She just says that because it's a good grift. Sounds good. Hey guys, I believe in God and I really love him and give me free stuff and here's my video. That's Amy.
These are just going to go in the refrigerator because I'm trying to, again, use up stuff so it doesn't go to waste. So I've got cantaloupe in there I cut up yesterday.
I don't understand what she means, like use up stuff so it doesn't go to waste. It's been in the refrigerator since the 28th and the 29th when you purchased it. Your kids can't go in there, grab some grapes and eat them. Do you not allow the children in the refrigerator, Ruby Frankie? Is that why your kids always come down while you're in the kitchen so you can't talk back to them? Are they in the kitchen making food while you're filming so that you can't be mean to them and tell them no? It's kind of what it seems like. It kind of seems like they're not allowed in the refrigerator, Amy. You know your kids would eat this fruit up if you let them go get in there and get some fruit. You don't have to eat it up all at once in one day.
Which you didn't see, and I have the grapes. So I'm going to put these in there. Cucumbers, I'm going to open these up and see what's in here. Here's eggs. I'm just going to...
She says she's going to open up the cucumbers and see what's in there. It's rotten cucumbers, Amy. It's October 5th, and you bought those on September 29th. They're rotten. You left them in the refrigerator for 11 days. They're rotten. Rotten cucumbers. Because you're a cucumber freak. You buy them, and you always let them go rotten. Just like your bananas.
Smash these and do egg salad for sandwiches. Cookies in the oven. We're getting done. It's almost to my end now. What time is it? 6:23. Not bad.
6:30. Your guys' cookies and Greg's cookies set out all day.
Ashley.
Enjoy.
And then I'll make a big thing of egg salad for the weekend. I used a lot of eggs and a lot of peanut butter this weekend.
That'll be really good for Greg's heart and his belly. Lots of peanut butter and lots of eggs.
We went through, what, 2 containers? We got 2 containers of peanut butter.
This lady went through 2 containers of peanut butter. 2 containers. Could you imagine using 2 24-ounce containers of peanut butter? She made the caramel apples, the apple salad, the monster cookies, the puppy chow, and we're not even including Greg's cookies because I know he's a stingy, big, gigantic bellied beast when it comes to those cookies. He puts them, if he does have to go to work, he takes them puppies with him. That means that Amy this week, just in this week, has made over, this is not a joke, this is not funny, she has made 44,000 calories of sweets this week, not counting Greg's sweets. Amy's family only needs 123,000 calories for the whole week. That means that Amy's family is getting 36% of their weekly needed calories in junk food, in caramel apples, in apple salad, in monster cookies, in puppy chow. You hear that, kids? I know you don't know what 36% is, but that means that almost 50%, half, 50%, kids, means half. Half of your food is sweets and junk. You know what that means? That Squealer D is right, and you're going to die if you keep eating the way your mother feeds you. Yeah, you're going to get gout. You're going to get lots of different diseases. Diabetes. Definitely diabetes. Jaden, you might want to get checked for diabetes type 2. Amy, you definitely want to get checked. You're hitting 50. Grego, too. You guys all need to get checked for diabetes. You all need to have your cholesterol checked. Amy is literally killing you guys.
Peanut butter. And then I cut into the other one, too. Look at that. That cut that way fast.
That potato salad she made, 400 calories for 1 cup. Yep, 400 calories. Eat it up, Greg.
And just Miracle. And we went through 2 Miracle Whips.
This egg salad she's about to make, 440 calories. Yep, for a cup.
Oh, yeah, we did Miracle Whip, too.
2 jars of Miracle Whip. 2 jars of peanut butter. So many eggs. She put 8 eggs just in their cookies.
Doing great.
She is literally trying to stop Greg's heart with 2 jars of Miracle Whip.
You can make a bunch of meals real quick.
You can make a bunch of meals real quick and it'll kill your family too. Here's how to get the greatest life insurance back quickly, Amy style. Greg, you better get rid of your life insurance. It looks like she's trying to get you.
Yes, you can for your family.
Yes, you can for your family.
It doesn't have to be anything awesome. Brought in the food. All there was left over was I got a plate for.
That's Greg's plate. This is what Greg needed after he's going to eat. Where his cookie's just sitting here. This cookie dough's just been sitting here unopened for hours. And then she's going to put it back in the freezer.
Greg, I've got a plate for myself. I fill it up with.
So Amy's taco plate is 2. What do we got? 2 biscuits, 200 calories, the bean meat mixture, 240 calories, the cheese, the 114 calories, 554 calories just for this plate, 25 grams of protein. She really doesn't know how to make a plate. She doesn't know how to fix food for her kids and make it an actual nutritious meal. She just doesn't. I'm beginning to think Amy just doesn't have the actual IQ needed to form the needed meals her children require for life, for sustenance. I don't, look at her face. She looks manic. She's crazed.
A lot of this, and I made 2 for Jaden as well. So the only thing I'm gonna do is this, and then
She made sure she made Jaden 600 calories worth of food too. Jaden only needs at most 1,800 calories a day to eat with work, with everything she does. So if you give her a 600 calorie plate, you think she only ate 1,200 calories that day? You better not give her one of those cookies.
I'm looking at my cucumbers here. I need to do something with these cucumbers because they're gonna go bad, and I still have.
She lets the cucumbers and bananas go bad every single time. And every time she makes a plea, I gotta do something. Oh, they're gonna go bad. It's part of Amy's desire to have chaos in her life all the time. She buys things she knows she doesn't want and she can't accomplish so that she has something going bad all the time.
Pickles in there. I just pulled them out because I think we forgot they were in there, and they're not going to last forever.
Because you guys ate pickles for like 10 days straight, and then people were sick of pickles. You do that all the time.
So I'm going to cut these, see if they're worthy of making into pickles, and if they are, I'll boil the salt and vinegar mixture.
She wasted our time talking about these darn pickles. She knows they ain't good. They're going to get thrown away like every other time she has cucumbers.
And make a container of that. But I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and then
That's open. It's not even closed right there. When she held it up the first time, it was closed. Did she dig in it? Did it rub on her belly?
we're doing really good. The last batch of cookies is out, so I can make the rest.
Those cookies were so unevenly cooked. Here goes Greg's cookies. Make sure you make them up good for him.
Let's see what the cucumbers look like, and if they're
It's not frozen. She's gripping on it, so it's not frozen through. So this has just been sitting here on the counter chilling, getting soft.
worthy of keeping, then that would be awesome. If not, I'll just have to throw them away. Sometimes you get produce and it's not so great. I didn't do very good checking it.
That's what she said last time. I guess I didn't do very good checking it. Just because you blame yourself doesn't make it okay. You're wasting money. You talk about the kids like I have to save some money doing this. Well, you could save money by, first of all, not making 350 calorie monster cookies, by not buying Greg so many cookies that he's got a belly the size of Bangladesh, and then stop buying produce that you let just go bad. There's bad bananas on the counter, there's bad cucumbers on the counter, and nothing but snacks and processed food. I see how you could save a lot of money, Amy.
I was thinking a week in there would be okay, but obviously that was not the case. I was tired, it was just me. Long day, but that's okay.
Let me know one other person that you know in the comments that would make store-bought cookies for one family member and homemade cookies for other family members. Why? Is Greg too good for these cookies because you made them and they're disgusting? Is he allergic to things too? You didn't tell us that. Does he have bubble guts? You didn't tell us that. Why would you make something homemade for some people and not homemade for others? Why doesn't Greg get homemade chocolate chip cookies? Because Greg won't eat your chocolate chip cookies. That is representative of crackheads I know. Actual crackheads. People that have a little pipe, it's glass, and they sit around going on their glass pipe, Amy. That's how you act, like an actual crackhead. It's kind of disturbing.
It was a good day. It's like one long, but look what I got to do. I got to take my child to the eye doctor, and get some glasses, which is...
Oh, she did make sure she told us about Brooklyn's private prescription. Good. Brooklyn got some new glasses, and now we all know that Brooklyn wears prescription glasses. Good job, Amy. Make sure you tell the whole world about every one of your kids' medical problems. You got a bubble gutter. You got some glasses on Jaden. You got some glasses on Brooklyn. What else? What else you got, Amy? Who else got medical problems? You? No, Amy doesn't talk about her own problems. She lies about those.
Much needed, so that's a good thing. We're thankful. I think so. Now it's all gushy. See the mold right?
It's all gushy. I see the mold. Well, you know what? You bought them 11 days ago, Amy.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm going to check and see if my other ones are like that.
She doesn't show us, and she doesn't check. She doesn't care. They're rotten. Everything's rotten.
I have another set in the refrigerator. Okay, so I've cleaned up. I have got the...
This is her house cleaned up. You see the couch is full of stuff. The table full of stuff. The counter full of stuff. This counter full of stuff. Yeah, Amy, it looks really great. You did a good job. You're a cleaning mama.
Window wide open. The kids are out on a bike ride right now, so they're out in the neighborhood. A bunch of kids go riding, so it's like they all come out at the same time. So they're going out and riding their bikes.
You know how I know Amy's lying? Because this is an older video, and I've seen the new video. And in the new video, she says all the kids' tires are flat. How would your kids be out riding with other kids in the neighborhood with flat tires, Amy? Jensen and Steven, if you were out there riding bikes with flat tires around other kids, I would never go outside again. That's all those kids are going to talk about for the rest of your life. Every child should know when their bike tire needs air. Your kids don't know because your kids don't know a lot of stuff they should know. Jensen and Steven, don't go play with those kids if you indeed rode your bikes with flats around them. That is stuff that only babies and slow kids do. Trust me.
And then I've got cookies here, right here.
Yeah, they needed all these cookies. 375 calories, 350 calories each. It's going to get each one of them blown up like a little balloon.
For the weekend, these are going to go in the freezer. And then I wish my
7 p.m. and Daddy's cookie dough is still sitting out here.
bananas. So I'm like, I got bananas too.
No, rotten bananas. Just go ahead and throw them in the freezer with the other 72 bananas you have in there.
Freeze. So I'm going to freeze these. I wipe my sink out. All the dishes are done. There's a load in the dishwasher. We have these over here for the other cookies. I just pull those out of the oven. I wipe.
She's got a big old gigantic pile of towels on the floor. They look wet. You know why? Because the dishwasher leaks, because the dishwasher doesn't work. And will she admit it and be like, no, my dishwasher doesn't work. I wish Aunt Barb would buy me a new one. She doesn't. She lies. You don't even have grifting down. Why don't you grift yourself a new appliance? Because you're not smart enough.
The stove down real quick. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting done. There's a pile of towels on the ground from the dishwasher, which will be put away. So what I'll do is finish this here. Probably do one more batch of cookies in the oven. I'm thinking one more batch in the oven.
Greg definitely needs one more batch. Make sure you do another batch. He needs at least 6 to 7 cookies a day to fill up that tum-tum. And then, of course, Amy needs them too. You guys see her tum-tum. Whether there's a baby in there or not, she didn't get that tum-tum from not eating all these cookies.
What I will do is, this is how I'll operate here. I will have the kids will be...
It's almost like Amy eats orange dye. Her kids aren't all turning orange. And supposedly they go swimming outside every day. Greg isn't. I mean, his neck is pretty tan, but his face isn't orange. The last time we seen him, it's almost like Amy eats crayons.
Come back, and they're all done. They'll come back in a little bit here before it gets dark.
She's so sweaty. Amy, I know you've been cooking in your oven all day, but your AC cannot work if you're that sweaty. It can't. Your AC just can't work.
And then I'll have everybody work together. They'll all, the dishwasher should be done about a half hour, so, but empty dishwasher, put all the dishes away on the counter, wipe everything up, like the water and stuff, because there'll be water in there, and then put all the towels in the washer, and then go out to the pool, pick up around the pool, because I see their stuff everywhere. They were having fun. So go out to the pool, clean up around the pool, and then take the trash out, because we've got trash here. And that will be...
Imagine telling your mom you don't want to be on her channel, but all she talks about is what you do, what you're gonna do, what your chores are, what your medical diagnosis is, when your appointments are, when you work, how you get to work, when you go to church, where you go to church, what groups you're involved in church, where you got a job. Like, bro, don't talk about your kids on your channel means don't talk about your kids on your channel. We don't need to know your children's chores. We know they're not going to do anything. We see you do everything around the house. You're a control freak about your house. We see that. Your kids do nothing but be loud and obnoxious.
Our Friday. So go up and edit, because that's going to take me some time to get done tonight, and then I will be free for the weekend. So that's a good thing. We're hopefully...
So she's going to edit. It's Thursday, and then she'll have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just to lay in her bed and snooze and do whatever she wants, peruse the internet, and her kids are just up to no good all around the house with unlimited access to the internet and unlimited access to all this junk food. It's like a fraternity at her house. For real. Man.
We might go to the beach this weekend if the weather's nice, which I think...
I can't even imagine the fake social media and scams that your older children have going on right now. I just can't. For anybody that's interested, I already saw a scam page of one of her children. I don't know if they made it or if the stalkers over at the bakery made it, but I saw a scam page of one of her children trying to sell cryptocurrency. That's right. I see everything, kids. And scamming people just because your mom does it, that's not the move, trust me.
It should be. So maybe I'll film that, show you that next week. And then we're going to take Autumn out for her birthday as well. Go do fun teenager stuff that teenagers like to do. What do they like?
Yeah, teenagers like to go hang out with their mom and dad on the weekend and do fun teenager stuff with their mom and dad. No, Amy, your daughter wants to go hang out in North Carolina with her very best friend that she had to move away from. That's what Autumn wants to do on her birthday. Do you care? Heck no.
What to do? They like to go shopping and buy face care and all that fun stuff and go out to lunch. So it'll be perfectly
the bare minimum, just like you do for everything.
a good weekend. So I'm going to put these in the freezer.
The lids aren't even on the top of those all the way. There's Greg's stingy cookies. And look at this. This is actual protrusion.
They look delicious. These ones my husband likes them, kids too. And
These my husband likes them.
I do
And I do
too. They also like monster cookies as well. So I've got one more batch in the oven. That's it. It's been a good day. So I'm going to close today's video and be done. Be done for my day.
She's actually sweating out. I would have closed the video before I started to profusely sweat.
7:10 right now. So I've been cooking for a little while. I'm having a great day.
So that was it. That was Friday. So on Friday, what did they do? They had walking tacos, breakfast haystacks for Saturday, Cuban sandwiches for Saturday, brats for Saturday, hot dogs for Saturday, potato salad, pasta salad, apple salad, monster cookies, Greg's cookies, and puppy chow. She made all of that on Friday. And then her followers were like, oh, you're such a good mama. Yeah, Amy, you're such a good mama for making sure that 40% of your guys' calories come from sweets and horrible things that give you all types of a variety of diseases. You're a great mama.
Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday.
So this is supposedly Saturday, but are our eyes deceiving us? What is this? Gray hair? Did Amy go gray again overnight from Friday to Saturday? No, she's got her pink dress on and her wrinkly chest on. This is the exact same day as Autumn's birthday. This is supposedly Wednesday, but it's not. It's Tuesday. This is on October 3rd, Autumn's birthday. But alas, she said it was Saturday after she had dyed her hair. Amy, when you dye your hair, I can tell if you switch up your videos because here you're not brown, and in Friday you were brown. That is called time warping. Are you a daily vlogger? No, ma'am, you are not. You're a liar. You're a liar, and your hair proves it. This is the same day as Autumn's birthday. Next time, don't dye your hair until after the week is over and your posts are already posted. Stinky liar.
Saturday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going wonderful. Well, do we lie to God? How many times? I do it.
Amy lies to everybody, including her followers, on the daily. She knows she's a liar. She is a liar.
Guilty of lying.
And then she thinks that that is enough. She comes on here on her little preachy channel and says, I'm guilty of lying. I got to be a good Christian. We all need to be more happy. We need to be more encouraging. We need to be so much better. No, Amy, all you need to do is stop lying and using God as a front to be a horrible grifter. That's the real truth. We don't care if you're a Christian. You didn't even need to tell us you were a Christian. You know why you have to tell us you're a Christian? Because you're such a bad person. If you don't tell people you're a Christian, they might think you're an actual demon.
The more we do these things and watch these things, that's where it just sucks you into like too much and not a good thing and can get you thinking in such a bad way. So
No, Amy, it didn't suck you in. You put yourself on YouTube. Nobody asked you to make a YouTube video. Nobody begged you to get on here and talk about your life and your children's life. You wanted to show your shortcomings and what it's like to be an everyday mama, and you wanted to make money off of it. Well, guess what, sister? This is what comes along with it. So suck it up and deal with it. Or, simple, get off the platform. No one is making, you can go and preach at church. That is what church is for. You're here showing things that you shouldn't be showing. Your shortcomings, you put them on display. You put your marriage on display to show everybody that Greg leaves you. You put the fact that you don't have very much money, but you bought a $650,000 house on display. You do that. Nobody else does that. Nobody puts words into your mouth. Nobody makes you do the things you do. Not even God. You choose all of that because you are led by Satan. And you can say whatever you want about me, but we know who deals in lies. And I do not lie, ma'am.
I forget in my own life. And I know for myself,
We know you forget. And then it's a lie. And you just say, oh, I forgot.
go through things and I'll go through things right now. And it's like, it's so easy to get blindsided and so wrapped up in like thinking that negative. And it's like, no,
No, Amy, that's you. You get wrapped up in thinking the negative because you're lying and you're hiding the truth. And if I had to film myself every single day and hide the real truth, I would be a wackadoodle like you too. Anybody would. You cannot keep lying and think that everything's just going to work out fine and dandy. That's the devil, Amy.
I stay focused on what God has me doing. We have a mission, people. You have a mission. You have a goal that God has for you in this life. And I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is, Amy, but yet you sit here and you preach that you do know what that is. God does have a goal for everybody, right? You believe that. So then God has a goal for me. And I've already told you that my goal is to come here and make sure that you are not lying to your followers and exploiting your children, that you are not grifting things and making people believe that you're a daily vlogger when you're not. That's what I'm here for. God sent me. You said it yourself. We all have a mission. This is mine. But yet you're trying to shut me down. How godly is that? Would Jesus do that to me? Would God try to shut me down because I want to talk the truth? No, Amy. The devil would want to shut me down. The demons would want me to not tell the truth. That's who deals in lies. God would want the truth spoken no matter how horrible it was.
The Bible says to find out what the will of the Father is. We need to find out what the will of the Father is.
You don't know what the will of the Father is, Amy. He doesn't tell you what his will is for everybody. You're not that special. Sorry. You don't get to make that decision. You don't get to spread lies and hate about me and say that I'm the devil and say that my intrusive thoughts are from the devil. You don't get to do that. You don't get to state it as fact. The fact is you don't know anything and you lie and I don't, and lies come from the devil. So who came from the devil, Amy?
It's for your life. And I know what I find out for my life. I know what God showed me. So I need to keep on that path.
All I see is a path of danger for your children. It doesn't seem like a very godly path to me, Amy. And what you've chosen to talk about, your daily Bible chapter, you don't even show insight into God. You don't try to convert people or make them love Jesus. You don't make them understand that Jesus loves them. You don't do anything that God has asked you to do in the Bible as far as spreading the word and spreading Christianity. You use the Bible as a way to get free items, and that is what mega churches do. We've all seen them, and that's what you do. You are a YouTube mega church, but one woman show, and it's disgusting. And you want to talk about everybody else as the devil because that's what the devil does.
Read something good. Read God's word. Get some biographies to read. Read some good.
Just because you read the Bible doesn't make you godly. Please know that, everybody that watches her channels, just because you read the Bible does not mean you are godly. Say that one more time for Amy. Reading the Bible never makes you godly.
Sermons. Get some good focus in your head for your day.
You can't even become godly until you start to understand the Bible. And I promise you, Amy's low comprehension skills, we've heard what she thinks about Bible verses. She doesn't comprehend the Bible. She only believes what people tell her and what she wants to believe, what works for her in the moment.
So that you can start regrouping for your day and start looking upward and towards good things in your day.
You can't have good things in your day, Amy, if you're lying. You could pretend and say they're good things, but they're not good things if you're lying. Ever. Go ahead and keep telling yourself that, Amy, but it's never going to be true. All right, that was it for the video. So we are going to pick a winner for the $25 gift card. Let's do that now. Good luck, everybody. Alrighty, so we got this in here. Let us see who is going to win. I think we only had like 22 entrants or 23 entrants. So let us go down through here and see what we got. And this is automatically going to pull up all the comments, exclude any duplicates. 22 people total. Let's go. Who will it be? 3, 2, 1. Who is it? Kathy Ponder. Yay! Alrighty, Kathy. Congratulations, neighbor. Let me know by email. My email is in the description. Let me know by email so I can get that sent out to you as soon as possible. Have a great day, neighbors. I hope you come back next time for our next contest. The more views, the more contests, the more giveaways, the more winners. So make sure you like, comment, and share with your friends so that we can have more giveaways. I'll see you around, neighbors. Bye.